Hello and welcome, everybody. I am Camo Henry, joined by my excellent co-host.
Cheese Tubby.
Yes,
I'm
thank
here.
you, thank you. Tonight we have some great Dota fun tonight. UNC Froggers versus Purdue Seed, both of which are 2-2. Both coming in off of 2 wins the first 2 weeks and 2 losses the next 2 weeks. So
Yep.
this one is going to be maybe the tide changer for one of these teams and tide continuer for the other one.
Yep. It has to be. I mean, someone's got to lose, someone's got to win.
Yeah, and so now we're 2 weeks into, or no, 1 week into the patch. We did see a little smaller patch, 7.31b came out recently, which changed up a couple things.
Honestly,
I
I
think
didn't read it.
Lena changed a little bit, increased some of her spell damage.
Thank goodness for that. Poor
so
Lena.
maybe less of a right click, more of a spell damage. Well, I don't know. Some people still prefer the right damage. Right click damage.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
the right damage.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think people may have figured out some more meta stuff, but
I certainly haven't.
Still figuring out.
Yep.
Abaddon, one of Fudge's classic heroes, going to be
Is it really big?
I think it's meta. I saw a couple of casters talking about it, and it looks like we are getting into the draft for the first game here. UNC Froggers on that top side and Purdue Seed on the bottom.
And they picked Snow Techies?
Interesting. Techies, I think, is pretty big right now. Very annoying, and so I don't know if it's the type of mid he's typically used to playing.
I don't know if this wasn't Captain's Draft, was it? Oh, no, we were just watching the things getting picked.
Yeah. Interesting. I didn't realize that Primal Beast could be picked in Captain's mode.
I'm very tempted to say this isn't right, but
I don't know. I mean, obviously looks like they're playing it out.
Not disconnected.
Not?
Yeah. Whatever match they started, it wasn't right.
Okay, yeah. So, if we want to go back to live deaths, it looks like, actually, I mean,
we should go back.
Yeah. So they all exited out.
Somebody messed up the lobby.
Yeah, the lobby settings were obviously wrong.
Not on us, guys.
I wouldn't mind seeing a Primal Beast, though.
I know,
I've
right?
seen Thompson play it. It looks pretty fun.
It is.
But maybe we'll have to save that for some pub games.
Right.
Because he is not out in Captain's mode yet. That is exclusively for high MMR pubs or low MMR pubs,
Yeah, right.
Looks like we are going into, hopefully, the correct draft this time.
That'd be nice
with
to see.
UNC still on the top side and Purdue Seed on that bottom. And we are going to get the full ban and pick here this time around.
Here, Henry, take the chair.
Being the typical UNC first ban.
Yeah, I think it's still it's a strong mid hero.
Yep.
It's still going to dominate that lane, and you still have the Meteor Hammer. So just keep getting rid of it. We saw Tidehunter bans last week, I think, as well in that first war, I want to say.
Yeah, so looks like a lot of people agree on what some of these lane/game dominators are that they don't really want to be playing, but maybe don't want to play against as well. Okay, we saw that Techies pick last time. It might be to just not give away too much secrets or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like Techies is pretty strong. Maybe as like a pause 4. He doesn't have like a reliable stun, but he is pretty fucking annoying in lane.
He definitely is. I just don't think that he's worth picking rather than something more solid, you know?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot better
picks. Weaver is a little bit more annoying. Plus, you can buy items as Weaver to like kind of help
do anything.
The team. Yeah.
All right, Bane. Yeah, Bane's still huge.
I think Bane. Yeah, Bane is really good at trading in lane.
Honestly, I thought they might have reworked one of Bane's abilities in the patch because Bane was a really strong support.
Yeah. I think that's just the way that Bane's designed. Is that just designed to be a very good lane hero and trade hero. obviously a lot of his spells are one-person spells.
Yeah, right. Single target.
Single target,
But they're
yeah.
very, very strong single target spells.
So we are going to see the Weaver pick from UNC, like I said, possibly that
Right.
pause 4 position. Very good at doing a lot of damage, as well as being pretty annoying with those bugs, and especially with those bugs. Actually, did the bugs get nerfed? Right, the number of hits that they took
Oh,
decreased to 3 for the first 2 levels and 4 for the second 2 levels.
yes.
So a little bit of a nerf, but I still think overall is very
Very strong.
annoying and strong in lane.
All right. I like the Tusk and the Shadow Shaman. Those are huge. If that's their support line, it's a lot of stun. It's a lot of power. I mean, if Shadow Shaman gets a good lane, he could honestly have like solo killing potential.
Yeah.
So, good choices from them.
And we are going to see the pause 3 Spirit Breaker from Scott, I think. I mean, that's just his signature
we've been
here
seeing
at
that every
point.
time. Yeah.
Every single series, I think we've seen the Scott Spirit Breaker. And he's been putting some decent work on it. Running around the map, setting up kills. And
I think when they have a team that can work really well with it, it can go really well, especially when they get that early game lead and they can start snowballing. But I think on the defensive, I think I remember he's been a little lacking when they're playing defensively.
Yeah, when they're playing defensively, it's hard because of obviously he has that global presence. He can push side lanes if he wants to or needs to, but when he has no when their team has no map control, it's even hard to push out those side lanes without getting caught out and killed.
I'm interested in these carry bans. You know, I think Medusa's got stronger post patch. I think.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I'm correct there. So good ban. And then just some classic stuff: Wraith King, Juggernaut, Ursa.
But I wouldn't like to say Purdue seems to not have been able to do their research on UNC.
That's true.
These previous series, we've seen a lot of UNC. I'd like to say in quotes, UNC typical or heroes in general. A lot of the times, Brazel's Oracle or Disruptor is banned. Fudge's Bounty Hunter and Ricky are banned. We aren't seeing that from Purdue, so definitely leaving those open for UNC to play. Those typical heroes that they're comfortable with.
Yep, they're going into it blind, and they're just going to try to figure it out after the first series. But I think it leaves them at a disadvantage because obviously those specific bans have been working out really, really well for previous teams.
We are going to see the Lone Druid. I want to say possibly a mid hero, but I don't want to rule out like a pause 1 carry. Oh, excuse me. a pause 1 carry Lone Druid.
I just want, I want Lone Druid and Arc Warden just not be in the game. The two characters that have 2 players, they nerf Arc Warden and they also buffed Lone Druid. So we'll never get them both.
What about Meepo then? I mean,
Meepo's
that's
always bad.
That's 5 heroes right there. Or no, 4? I don't know.
It's like 6.
Sure, even better.
But I think they nerfed Meepo as well. So the Dota devs know what I'm talking about. They're just messing up with Lone Druid. I think they don't recognize that the bear is like an exact copy.
Didn't they nerf Lone Druid? Or I'm pretty sure they nerfed.
I'm gonna look it up.
Lone Druid, his ultimate, a little bit. We are going to see the Chen come out. I know that Brazel has been playing actually a decent amount of Chen. I've seen it. He's been playing it a bunch on his alt account. Now, whether those are wins or losses, that'll stay between you and me, or me and him actually.
I think we're all thinking Chen should be really strong.
Okay, but we also haven't been seeing it in any pro games, right? We've started the second season of DPC, and we haven't seen any Chen.
Really,
I mean, he seems like he should be strong, right?
Not even on Kuroki?
Have a
man.
Yeah, we haven't seen pretty much any Chen in any of the DPC. which is really interesting. But we are going to see it here played, and hopefully it'll work out well. He'll be able to snag some good creeps, maybe get that GPM boost or the Harpy, and I don't know.
I don't know. Like, if he's a good Chen player, he's a good Chen player, and it's huge. But like, if he just uses it to stack for PA the whole game, that alone would be massive. But you know he's not going to do that.
Yeah.
But
we don't know. But
you don't know.
We do see the PA coming out. That's going to be Pause 1 PA. And I just noticed that Fudge changed her name to Lorenzo.
Okay. Lorenzo.
Sure, yeah.
I can't wait to be like those casters. I want to say it might have been... No, it wasn't AUI. It was someone, but it was in TI when OG picked Chen. And like 40 minutes into the game when they're winning, and the casters are just like, I don't understand what they're doing with Chen, but obviously they're winning. So...
I mean, and it was that No Tail was using like all the creeps to like stack camps.
Yeah,
that was what he was doing with the Chen. So might see that again here tonight. But we are going to see the Chaos Knight.
I will tell you, I actually think Chaos Knight offlane is really huge right now. Really? I've seen it in a few of my games, and it goes crazy.
Is it just because of the stun or the sustain, or what about the CK do you think makes it a strong offlaner?
I actually don't remember. I just know that I've seen like a few games with it, and then our good friend Yellow Drank, he's been spamming it because whatever he thinks about it, we could call him right now. Emergency analyst. I'm actually curious to check.
We are going to end up seeing the Storm ban, so we're probably going to be looking for Snow's mid-hero, but the Storm and the Ember are going to both be banned, along with the Quap and the Puck from UNC Froggers. They have 15 seconds left to decide who they're going to be picking for that mid spot. It's going to be interesting to see what they pick. Maybe a Lena or... it's going to be Huskar. Now, all right, do you think we see the AA mid pick? Or even like... this is so interesting, right? They didn't ban out the AA, which is obviously a huge counter to Huskar, right? Or even the Axe. Axe is really strong right now. Maybe they stick the CK, like, Pause 1, Lone Druid mid, and Axe off lane.
They just need to figure it out.
Just to cancel out or counter the Huskar. This is really interesting from UNC. I don't think they expected themselves to pick the Huskar, right? But then once the rest of the mid bands came out, they were like, well, what do we have left? The Huskar, and so now they opened themselves up to an easy counter. And obviously Purdue has a minute 20 seconds left to decide if they want to go for that Axe or AA and where to put everyone else. Because obviously if you want to go for an AA as well, you could put it as a support, move the Tusk to a Pause 3, which is very possible, right? So Purdue can definitely give this Huskar a very hard time this game because there are those easy counters left.
And I'm just a bit confused by the Huskar pick as well because like his recent big buff I feel like was that he gets magic resistance, but it's not like they picked huge magic damage cores. Well, now they did. Okay.
So we are going to see the Viper come out. Obviously not as big of a counter as the Axe or the AA, but the Nether Toxin does still break, and so we'll get rid of that.
Regen, the Berserker regen.
From the Huskar. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with this. Obviously, once Huskar buys a BKB, now that Nether Toxin doesn't matter anymore, and maybe has more of a range to run around and try and get kills. But also, this Viper is a very strong laner, so already, Huskar and Viper, but now is the Lone Druid Pause 1 and Chaos Knight Pause 3 and Viper mid? I'm not sure. Or maybe Viper offlane.
I know, right?
And Viper into PA. Actually, that's pretty strong. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Also, we have 2 melee core. Oh, we have 2. I don't know.
Help me interpret here what their names are for the enemy team.
All right. We have
Well,
Dion for on the Tusk. That's all I got to see.
Yep.
I guess we'll get to see one more right now, unless it's okay.
All right.
Lacotact. Huh? Hey,
9-0-14.
nice.
I mean, I think it's really working in pubs then. I mean, I don't know. That's my prediction for this game. I think that, I mean, obviously, Viper's going to dominate the mid lane.
That was pretty easy.
Fuzzy roadkill, yeah. I think Viper gets the best of that mid lane, and it only gets sketchy for him, like maybe when Husker gets Armlet, which could be like 7 minutes in. I don't know. Do you think getting level 3 or 4 when they have some of that regen and the
It'll be interesting because then he can definitely sustain in the lane a little bit longer. But yeah, the level 1, level 2 is going to be painful, right?
Yeah.
Even like level 3, you're technically supposed to go a second level in your spear, just to get a little more damage. Obviously, because Huskar is supposed to be a lane dominator, but against this Viper, he might want that second point in your passive.
And I mean, I think it's also going to be a question of efficiency for both of them because they both have a lot of potential to quickly farm the wave and then hit the small camp.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's about efficiency in the mid lane. But then, per other stuff, I think the CK is going to blow up. I think CK is going to carry this game.
Pseudo Nymph right there with the cheeky steal, but
1 second.
we are going to get a quick pause. We also see the Lone Druid getting the bottom room. And it doesn't look like it's going to be a Lone Druid 3 with...
It is warm.
It is warm, yeah. We would like to address the chat. Chat was what? I noticed 77 at one point. I don't know if it got 80 or if it got any warmer than that.
You want to go on a run with me tomorrow morning? Now that it's warm? No. No, it's got to be there. Maybe. No, don't disable it. We like to see what they say.
Yeah, we like seeing voice lines.
Yeah. Jeez. That's like classic. Mark here doesn't watch Dota, so he doesn't know. But classic, in a major final, in the final game of the match, the enemy mid zips in and just gets, I think he buys back, zips in, dies immediately, and then the enemy mid, he's in the middle of battling, he pulls abilities, there's a slow motion of it, he opens up his chat, types in question mark, enter, keeps fighting. And it was like a classic moment for the major, just question mark.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was Thompson who jumped in and died, right? I mean,
no, it was EG, it was Abed. Abed jumped in.
Oh really?
Yep.
I mean, but
versus PSG LGD?
Okay, because I remember Puppy did the same thing against OG.
Oh, yeah. Wait, is Abed on PSG or Evil Geniuses? Who's
EG.
the mid on EG? Okay.
Abed.
And then...
Or at least he was. I don't know if he still is. Ooh, is this going to result in a kill?
Oh, is that really first blood?
Ooh, that's first blood. Got just maybe popped the Shikuchi a little bit early. Ended up running out there, and they do get the kill with the stun and the
right clicks.
Tusk. Yeah. Tusk.
Okay. Pause 1 CK.
Yep.
With the Tusk support. I think that's a little tough against the Weaver, but CK is so strong, especially with the extra crit damage to creeps that he now has. Look at that. Already with the stun. They want to get a second kill on Pseudo Nymph, but he's got the Shikuchi.
Oh, wait, no. The charge doesn't stun, right, without the...
Without the bash leveled.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, pretty much charges for nothing.
I know, right?
Maybe just to discourage a little bit the engage, but ends up just wasting some mana, maybe.
Yep. Yeah, I love watching this lane. This is fun. I mean, it's just about playing around that Weaver and look at that, leveling up that break early on, being able to space out Husker as best as he can.
Yeah, it's like it can be an used aggressively, obviously. Lonzo with the Harpy already. Ooh, another pause. Interesting. Wonder if someone's lagging or what.
I will say, you mentioned the Lone Druid ult was slightly nerfed by the fact that when he dies while it's active, it no longer resets the cooldown. Which, yeah, weird thing that ever existed. And then the Entangle was kind of rescaled. I think it basically does the same amount of damage, but just in a shorter time. So, yeah, kind of a rescale. But also, they now share armor between the two. So that's why we're seeing it on the off lane.
Yeah. Also, I would like to note, Scott is on the PA. We didn't notice
it's a change.
I don't think Fudge is actually playing this game.
Oh, that's true.
Maybe Lorenzo is just a new person that we haven't seen before. They are getting aggressive top. Obviously, got that level 2. But Snow does get the level 2 as well and is able to turn around. And he's doing a decent amount of damage onto this Tusk.
And with the Shikuchi, that's a nice burst, but I don't think he has Germinate, and he's going to get away. And now with the turn, he knows the Shikuchi's on cooldown. Double crit! But it's not enough, and it's not worth it to chase him into the trees, but I kind of got excited there with that double crit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nice denies. I mean, it's just, it's a slow laning phase in general. Oh, lucky Entangle into the Shackle. Will the bear have enough damage? Another Entangle and he's dead.
Maybe just trying to micro that Harpy a little too much and ends up dying for it. Obviously saw him stop just a little too long to move that Harpy out of the way. End up going down for it. And obviously now they can just pressure PA out of the lane.
I mean, those were a nice couple of entangles. That was really lucky for them to secure that Chen kill. And look at that. I mean, PA, let's compare the last hits real quick. Yeah, just slightly behind. I mean, not losing the lane totally entirely. And they've got so much time to bring it back. Oh, wow. Both really low here.
But who benefits from being low more?
Right. But who doesn't get benefits when they're broken?
True.
That's an interesting matchup. And I think, you know, looking at the last hits, they're slightly losing it. I almost thought there were 3 heroes in, as again the Shackle onto the Chen. They're looking for an Entangle. Oh my goodness. Did he just stop because he was trying to... The micromanagement gets him killed again.
I think so. I mean, maybe he was just trying to body block with the Harpy, but
didn't work.
Split second of just not moving gets him.
I almost thought there was 3 of them there going in to gank the Chen, but nope, it's just Lone Druid and his bear.
Yep.
Not a lot of fun for Chen here.
I would like to note that Snow is doing really well in lane up top here.
As they go in for a kill onto Tusk, he's losing armor by the second from these bugs. It's enough. Snow gets the kill, but Pseudo falls as well. Looks like it's going to be an equal trade for these 2 cores. And look at that, the break. Wow, does not have the movement to even try getting away. And Viper catches a solid lead for himself in the mid lane. It doesn't look great as we're at 5-1 all of a sudden.
Yeah, so Purdue coming out to this early lead. Already has 1K gold advantage at 5-minute mark. It's going to start looking for Snow to make rotations here. Obviously not level 6, so maybe wait for that. But he is the one who is winning his lane right now, and the only one at that.
They've got the bugs off. They already used the charge, but I think it's enough damage from them both. Nice kill on CK. Not going to let him blow up in the early game. He's going to have to farm just as much as PA is going to have to. Because, yeah, it's like you're saying, it's really important right now that Scott's winning. And they've got to be able to convert this lane into... Snow, yes.
Scott's on the PA.
Yes.
Snow is on the CK.
But, yeah, they need to be able to convert that off lane into map control.
Exactly. And hopefully... obviously, starting to put pressure onto that mid tower. We're going to see that happen relatively soon now. Already down about 1/3 of its health on that top tower. Though we may also see Purdue then inversely start pressuring that bottom tower.
We also lost in-game sound at some point, and I'm very sad about it.
So if we could, yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, back to the game. Oh, Dust. Shukuchi gets stunned. But good play by Snow to get the stuns off with the charge, and it's turned around onto Attack as he has to run away, killing the bugs as he goes. A bash. Oh, the stun. Shukuchi would burst him. They get the Germinate shots off, and Tusk is done for as Attack is stuck in the trees. Wow, and in the bottom lane, they're going with a nice entangle into the shackle. This combo is just brutal for Scott. But Shen in the right position allows Scott to blink away. But they keep going. Because there's no reason not to.
Yeah, obviously.
An entangle along with the lightning. Shen. Maybe his 3rd or 4th death now? Well, I think it's the 3rd. Lone Druid on a killing spree.
Yeah, Shen just... obviously, even with the Harpy or any of the controlled creeps, just isn't really good at laning and doesn't have any lockdown, and is honestly pretty slow, so doesn't have very much escape either, and it's just open to dying in these situations.
Yeah.
But okay, it's at least the pause 5 that keeps on dying rather than the...
Yep. PA's been able to get out of so many sticky situations just like this one, as she'll be able to blink out in just a moment. And she's okay, but yeah, like you said, Scott's been okay. Brazel's been dying a lot, though.
Yeah.
It's not great. And yeah, farming the small camps, but not getting the wave. It's all about the efficiency in mid. That might have been a little lapse in efficiency. Let's see. And they're hitting that tower. That might be their mission right now. Before he gets level 6, just try to take as much damage to that tower as they can.
Yeah. Though Tusk is sitting mid, they might with this DD that the Viper did pick up, they may try and set something up onto this Huskar.
Well,
I think they saw,
Tusk, yeah.
They saw the Tusk, and now UNC gets some top tower, but Purdue hasn't really been pressuring the bottom tower too much, and now with this.
He finds Tusk to go in on, but he's not gonna be able to stay there because the break is right on top of him with the double damage. They take out Husker, and whoever that was is gone as well. It was the Tusk. Yep, just a bit too far forward for himself, but that's a beautiful trade for Viper right there.
Yeah, and having that top lane tower already.
Snow. Yeah, he's got the speed to walk out of there, but
that's a really quick Rod of Atos.
I didn't even notice he had a Rod of Atos
either.
And you get of course, the mana regen out of that, so it means that Viper has really easy, ganking potential because they're never going to run out of the ability to keep spitting poison. Yeah.
And we do see the Tusk rotated bottom, possibly going to be looking to also get this bottom tower now. But we are going to see this Viper picking up Invis Rune and might look to go bottom or just keep farming to possibly get that Gleipnir upgrade.
And with the initiation from the Tusk Punch, Chen is gone in an instant. Now it's just a matter of hunting PA in the middle here. Wow, look at that. I don't even know what got him, honestly. Oh, was it the Shikuchi? Anyways, PA chasing down the lone druid. Gets some. This is going great for Scott.
Don't jump in, Scott. There's a Viper there. That's scary. And you jump in. Are they going to be able to get the PA? Oh, they get the Viper, actually. Viper going in confident, but Snow shows up in the nick of time, stuns that Viper, and is able to end up getting a, 3K?
Yeah, honestly, what was dealing damage that whole time? That's what I was really confused about.
Dagger did a decent amount, but also there was bugs.
Yeah,
on
look
most
at
of
that.
them.
We don't want to replay. This fight recap's just enough, thank you. But yeah, look at that. It was the Weaver. The bugs dealt a lot. The Germinate, I mean, that's really interesting. Pause for Weaver, just coming in really clutch there.
Yeah, very annoying and very good in this situation.
Oh, look at that. The Rod of Atos onto the PA with the Viper. They're coming in for revenge. The Shackle's going to be it as PA goes down. A lot of gold. 102 shared among two heroes.
And we talked about how the Viper's Nether Toxin is very good against the Huskar, but it's also very good against the PA because until she gets BKB, that gets rid of her blur evasion, and they're able to hit her for 100% accuracy.
Yeah. Viper was a really great counter pick to their lineup. They made a great use of their last pick with that.
Yeah, exactly. And even the CK might end up buying a... we'll probably end up buying a Silver Edge, either that or a Bloodthorn, though I don't know how useful Bloodthorn. Actually,
I mean, Bloodthorn's now, you know, it's more of a carry item. Look at that. Snow with the Haste Rune catching out Avo. Oh, the Viper's Strike is not going to be useful as Pseudonymph shakes it off while Snow finishing Avo in the middle of the Mystic Wards. But the support lineup, it's the killing squad again with the Entangle, the Shackle, getting the double kill for a rather large bird. They are scary with the Entangle and the Shackle.
They really are. I mean, that's just so much lockdown during that fight. And Snow just isn't able to get away.
Have you noticed that Huskar's been farming top this whole time? Trying to catch up?
Yes, but also Huskar isn't like the fastest farmer. Is going to commit on to the CK. And
with
CK
Scott,
just doesn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
Can only lock down one of them and for only so long, so does end up falling. And looks like Purdue might try and set something up for this top lane, but obviously now the top lane and the mid lane T1s are missing for Purdue. And they're going to start getting less and less map control because of this. They obviously got the bottom T1. But yeah, it's a 2-for-1 trade, and I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing UNC setting some wards up in the top jungle and trying to take that for themselves.
I think it would be a good idea. But right now, I mean, their wards are in the bottom jungle. I'd be curious to see with their shops. Like, I don't know if we can actually see how many wards they have left in the shop. I don't think it's possible.
I don't think so either. We are going to see Gatsby end up making that rotation bot. Just try and continue farming. And it's looking like UNC is playing a slower game than they usually do, obviously.
They kind of have to right now. They're behind, and while their kill potential is strong, Purdue is playing together really well with their two supports behind Lone Druid and sometimes Viper.
Go on Viper top.
And I think they're going to have enough with Snow coming in, the Nether Strike, and he is popped with the dagger finishing him off. Yeah, Avo is not having a fun time in these last about 6 minutes as he started ganking. Got the really fast Atos, dominated the mid lane, but has not had good luck since then. Oh, the Mystic Snakes. It looks like we see the reason why Husker has not been participating in the game. Dion coming in to try to finish up this kill on Gatsby. And look at that. With the Ice Path, they find it. Wow. Yeah, that is not what should be happening to a Husker.
Yeah, I just toggled his
armlet at
the wrong time. Very unfortunate. But maybe you should have predicted the ice wall.
Ice Path, Ice Wall.
Shards. Shards. I'm pretty sure it's shards. Ice shards from Huskar. Or no, not from Huskar, but from Tusk. My bad.
Yeah.
We are going to see an aggressive warn here from Tusk in the enemy jungle. Are going to be looking to play that bottom lane, maybe.
Yep.
While also applying pressure to this mid tower now.
It's...
Oh, they don't have a mid tower. I guess Viper took the mid tower.
Oh, that's true.
Notice it.
Most definitely did. It's, you know, they're waiting for the timings for their carries, and while, like, obviously Lone Druid and Avo are doing really great in this game, CK is just about as behind as PA is, and I think PA might actually have Battle Fury soon. I mean, she's farming the Ancients. So I think they have a good opportunity here, as long as they don't keep feeding like this, as he's broken and just getting shot down by the poison spit. Huskar gone once again, just really feeding into Purdue.
I would like to note that they did actually have vision here. They had vision
They
of the
could
Viper
see that.
running in the smoke beforehand. And they're going to try and engage here without the Huskar.
But it's really poor. Look at that. Snow going down and Pseudonymph just having to Shikuchi away. I think you're right that they had vision. I think he thought he could tank it out until Snow got there with the charge.
Yeah.
But obviously, it didn't happen fast enough, and they just died one by one.
Yep, and now we're going to see aggression onto this mid T2. Looks like they might end up backing out. The bugs maybe just a little bit enough of a discouragement. And they might even try and go in here.
Yep, backing up to the high ground. I don't know. They don't have solid vision up here, though, for the Dire team. The charge on the Fuzzy Roadkill, they'll definitely be able to catch him out at least, with Pseudonymph getting in there first. But he's walked into Dire vision, and he's just absolutely blown up. But now all of their... Oh, while they used a lot of their resources there for that kill, Radiant has to back up, but they back up in different directions. They find Shen, quickly popped, and look at that. 2/5 of the team already gone. Now they just have to find Snow and Gatsby as well, and this will be crushing. The Rod of Atos. Snow is trapped. I don't think he'll be able to charge out as the Shackle goes in as well, and Entangle, and he's gone. This is like Herald gameplay right here, as you watch your team get like one by one picked off while you're all running away from a fight. I mean, it's...
And I mean, Scott showed up to that trying to fight, but I mean, even if he did get his Battle Fury, that's not enough to be fighting at this time. He should be focusing on farming. And it's just like not. So very bad for him as well, as he wasn't able to get anything out of that and spend his time pretty much just not farming.
Yeah, it definitely a waste of time for him. And then off that, they get the tier 2 as well, and definitely solid control of this bottom jungle, which means theoretically less space for Scott to be farming as well.
Yeah, and I would like to note that UNC's team has no lockdown, right? No stuns. While Purdue's team has lockdown on every single hero. I mean, the Viper doesn't have lockdown, but bought a lockdown item, because why not?
And it's like the longest range lockdown that they have on the team.
So, and I mean, even then, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say they don't have any lockdown, because obviously the charge from the Spirit Breaker is some lockdown.
But it's not enough on its own.
Yeah, it's not enough, obviously. It's a good setup, but not enough to determine a fight, you know?
And, you know, even still talking about this support lineup and their stuns and everything, like, what is Chen doing in this game right now?
At this point, not much. Right?
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of a early game, right? You get some of those creeps. The creeps are supposed to either help you stack or kind of win the lane, and we're just not seeing that right now. Even later in the game, kind of, you set up a bunch of stuns with the Centaur creeps, but just aren't seeing that happen as much. Brazel maybe just a little too optimistic about his Chen. Just isn't maybe doing the best with that microing. I mean, I'll admit it, I'm not great at microing either.
Yeah.
And in no means could I do better than him, so I'm not trying to look down on him in any way, but maybe just should have picked that, the Oracle maybe, because obviously Oracle has lockdown, which UNC is lacking. Also has the save for PA or even Huskar if need be. So interesting pick to go with that Chen here rather than something else maybe. A little better pick. We are going to see a 5-man smoke from UNC. They're going to try and contest this T2.
I think they've got a timing here with Husker on the BKB. They're able to get some good stunts out in the beginning here. The Mystic Wards trapping Husker in the middle of the fight, and Snow off to the side. Onto the Vipers, though. Gatsby finds a kill with that BKB. He's so strong, but knocked out so quickly. Snow's still alive, but the illusions on Lack attacked just crush him. And look at that. Pseudonym in the backline with Scott as their front is just completely gone. Scott's going to have to carry this fight with the Battle Fury. They're also low health. Wow. I don't know if Snow bought back or if he's been alive this entire time. Look at that.
Snow did buy back. Snow was the only one who bought back in that fight, but does end up coming in and cleaning up. And UNC does get a 5-man kill in the end and traded it for 2, I think, unless the Chen died. I'm not sure if the... I think the Chen did die, so actually lost 3 in that fight. The Chen, the Spirit Breaker, and the Huskar all ended up dying. But
did he really buy back?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do
let's see a replay
of that fight.
That was exciting. I mean, I'd be curious to see also what the gold lead was back then. It was 4K, 3K now, but
yeah.
As we're about to see in the replay, I'd be curious to see how much they lost there. Oh, only a couple. Okay, but so look at this. They know they have the timing. Husker's got the BKB. Get the charge onto Shadow Shaman. The stun. They're also going to stun Tusk. So now they've got, you know, a really solid start here. Getting rid of the Shadow Shaman. I think Chen ult was used there.
Yep.
And Viper's focusing on Snow. Doesn't realize how much damage Husker's about to deal to him. And look at that. Snow's still alive as everyone turns to the back line. And is this the moment where PA comes in with Snow? Wow. Okay.
No, PA gets feared, so isn't really able to do much. Snow does die. PA is able to come back in, get the... Yeah, and so we do see the buyback from the Spirit Breaker. He's able to come back in, pretty much help clean up that fight.
Yeah, really clutch buyback by Snow. That definitely won them that ending of that fight. Wow. Yeah, those 2 kills. And Pseudonym doing a really great job just staying alive and getting the bugs in all throughout.
I think he got like a 3-man bug to start off the fight.
It's really good.
Which was really good, including on that Viper, which may have been why Gatsby was doing so much damage on that Viper.
Yeah.
Or to the Viper.
I mean, Viper needs a BKB.
Look at this. Pseudonym after that fight is now the same level as this Viper and is even going to try and contest. I mean...
It's a little ridiculous,
yeah,
but...
I'm just going to say, that's crazy when you have a level 16
I mean,
pause.
I don't know if he's died since that first blood, if I'm being honest with you. Maybe
and it's going to go in again.
Even if he dies here, Snow's there to follow. Oh, wait, no. Snow, if he charges in, he's about to dive into 3 players from Purdue.
4 players.
Wow,
actually.
stopped him even getting the Nether Strike in as he's shackled and crushed. Avo staying safe with just a sliver of health.
Yeah,
that was
end up keeping back to base, but after getting 2 kills, it's probably worth it. Interesting, Spirit, or not Spirit Breaker, but
you know, I think they're getting overconfident. They can't see what we can see in terms of net worth, because what we see is that while UNC played that fight better, that one big fight better, they're still playing from a deficit.
Right, yeah.
And I think they might not totally realize that right now.
Yeah, and obviously this Huskar not having too much of a game impact. Has obviously been pushing side lanes a lot, but probably doesn't have that much kill participation in this game.
Most definitely not.
Yeah, and so
I mean, if he can figure out, like, if he goes Ags and just decides every fight, I'm going to kill Viper, you know, like, hey.
that might be honestly worth it.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then this also distracts the rest of the team, and doing so allows his team to get in and do a little more damage, cause a little more chaos.
It was absolutely fantastic, like, in that one fight where he was just able to get in, kill the Viper, cause chaos, they all turn on him, like, it was a huge waste of time for them.
Exactly. Yeah, that would be perfect, I think, for him to do. Obviously, you don't necessarily want to be trading your life away. You don't want to plan on dying, but that may be what has to happen.
Sometimes,
as he obviously has to jump in to do damage. And we are going to see a smoke from Purdue. Looks like they're going to run into some of the creeps.
Yeah, just Chen creeps.
Although they are going to find...
Yep, it's important. They take out Huskar right from the beginning. I think Fuzzy Roadkill had a Blink Dagger. That's what they used there. And already, I mean, one pick in Dota is really big, especially on the core. And I think they're going to try to either take a tier 2 off this or siege high ground.
The other thing is, with that, taking that T2 mid, Pseudonym is currently taking top tower, the top T2, and UNC is going to fort this mid T2, which gives Pseudonym a little extra time to take that top one.
Wonderful opportunity. But, I mean, you know, altogether, this is still, you know, it's still really strongly going for... you know, them. They're getting this opportunity here, sieging high ground, using the illusions and the Mystic Snake wards. They might even get a barracks off this, because I don't think UNC is ready to fight.
I don't think so either.
But Gatsby prepping to go in. I think he's still aiming for the Husker. Wow, BKB on Scott. He aims for the back line. Yep, they're going for that lone druid first. Avo fighting the good fight against Gatsby in the middle there. I think it's gonna end up going against Gatsby. He dies. Snow trying to, they finish off Viper there, as well as, nope, never mind, I'm making things up now. But look at that, Scott, the BKBs are gone. They're going to be on the run against all these supports. But wait, no, not a support, CK. Finish off Pseudonym here with the Shackle. I think Snow died somewhere in there as well. I mean, Scott. I keep mixing those two up. Chen, what was he doing? It's not even worth casting Chen.
I don't know. I think the biggest thing to know from that fight was Huskar decided to hit the Viper while Viper had VKV on. Maybe
let's see the
not
replay.
The best decision. Obviously can't do a lot of that fire magic damage.
What I will say,
that fight.
I didn't mind it, because here's what their game plan is. They send the Huskar into the middle to cause chaos like what we're saying, and then Snow and Scott hit the back line. It just took them too long to kill the lone druid. They went to the back line, but the back line they went for is the pause 3, and it's going to take you forever to kill that pause 3 back there. So, I mean, Huskar really did his job, as you can see, 4 Purdue heroes there. But look at Scott. I mean, just not part of the fight for so long. And that's where they're really going to lose this battle, just fighting the bear right there.
Yeah, just unfortunate. Misses the final the final hit really on that lone druid. Jeez, I'm getting frustrated from watching this. But yeah, I mean, that was just so unfortunate. If he had gotten that last hit on the lone druid, and then the bear would have died, and he would have been able to get back in the fight, do more damage. Things really turned for the worse there. Really, because of that one missed hit, or even missed dagger. He could have, if he had gotten a little more vision, he would have been able to throw the dagger, but just didn't have that. And now Purdue with that 15K gold lead, and still with Aegis, two sets of racks actually. It's looking like almost a done deal here. I don't want to call it too early, but it's going to be really hard for UNC to come back from this much of a deficit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, are they going to try to get Roche here? But I think they might actually just go for the tier 2.
Go for Roche. The age just expired.
Age is just expired. You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah, it's really looking like almost a done deal. That the cooldown's already off on KS Knight's ult, and that could really just guarantee
these
last
honestly.
Yeah, the last barracks.
Yeah.
But they're gonna play it safe, I guess. Maybe they're waiting for the snake wards. I keep calling them mystic wards, but they're not mystic wards. They're snake wards.
Really?
Mystic snakes?
Something like that.
Fucking no.
They do end up getting Gatsby, who is caught a little bit out of position. Scott, using the BKB, goes in, gets the kill on Fuzzy Roadkill, but is going to be caught out in the end, out of position. Pseudo-Nymph.
The buyback onto Scott, I mean, they're not able to take out anyone. Even with a couple of crits, Dion was able to survive as Lakatak just kills Chen right in front of Scott. Turns around, gets the huge 3-second stun onto Pseudo-Nymph. He's got to be gone. And Scott, for whatever reason, decided to jump in. He's just going to get crushed. He deals no damage to any of these extremely tanky strength Purdue heroes. And that was a dieback onto PA. This is going to be the third Rax, probably GG. For Purdue.
Yeah, really unfortunate there that the Huskar gets caught out in that way. I think he had BKB and just like gets shackled, so he can't use it. And obviously with the stun lock from Purdue, ends up taking this first game as GG is called. Purdue up 1-0 in this best of 3 series.
I mean, that game, they were losing from the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And they had chances and opportunities where they were doing really well, and it looked like they could stage a comeback, but I think it became overshadowed by, like, overconfidence in the following, like, 5 minutes after that one big, 5-man team kill. And it didn't go their way. And Husker he was not a great
hero. Pick. Mid. Anything you want to say. I don't think the Husker provided what maybe UNC was looking for and provide. And we'll talk about Husker. We won't even talk about Chen.
I don't want to talk about Chen anymore.
Really factor in that game. I mean, no hate whatsoever to
I love
Brazo. Yeah, exactly.
He's like the best support I know, but
exactly. But I don't know. I just don't think the Chen pick was necessarily.
Yep. He's not Kroki. He's not No Tail. He can't.
Yeah.
He can't do it.
Interesting draft picks from UNC. Obviously, they're missing Fudge, their captain, their leader.
Was it the new player who was on Husker?
Yes, Gatsby was the new player. I think he's played on the team before.
He has. We've seen that name.
We have. So he has been on the team before. Isn't the first time he's been playing for UNC. But obviously this first time this semester, and is filling in for Fudge. And so obviously moving things around for UNC, had a lot of different people in different positions. Interesting to see that.
I do want to mention that the Purdue players played really well. Obviously, we didn't see the mid lane really often there in that beginning, but Viper seemed to be playing at low health a lot, and obviously outplayed Gatsby to the fullest.
I think the thing that made the difference was that one, Nether Toxin is a great zoning ult, especially against Huskar, right? Because, as Huskar, you don't want to get broken. So not only is it the magic damage from Nether Toxin, but it's also that you're getting broken if you stand in the Nether Toxin. So you just can't approach wave, right? Typically, you think of Viper as dominating wave because of the poison sting damage, right? Or poison attack. Poison sting is Venomancer, but poison attack is Viper.
Poison spit. I don't know.
the attack that does poison damage, right? So you typically think of that as what helps you dominate in lane. But, I mean, in this case, it was the Nether Toxin that really secured the lane for him. Gatsby just wasn't able to approach the wave. Ended up having to farm side lanes to be able to buy items. I think he had brown boots.
Yeah.
Armlet BKB
Yep.
towards the end there, and so obviously not a very good.
He got the
Look of
BKB
an
right
eye.
before that big
Yeah,
team
and
fight, and then
I think
never
it
got
played
anything else.
Yeah, I think it played a part.
Yeah.
But obviously just can't farm as fast as Viper or
Spent so
any
much
of the other
time
cores.
farming.
Yeah,
It
just to get
really
BKB.
bad. It was really bad.
I mean, yeah. Because the way that Huskar is supposed to farm in the game is obviously he's supposed to go and get kills, and that's how he gets money. He can't jungle. He can't farm lanes very fast. He doesn't have any wave clear abilities, really.
No.
So
I mean, their game plan was probably for him to go around with Snow and
Yeah.
for them to just take control of the game. Didn't work at all, though.
yeah, that Viper just was there at every turn to pretty much
Yep.
stop whoever was trying to make a play, and very unfortunate for
Yeah.
UNC.
I did really like the offline Lone Druid, though,
Yeah.
as well. Great use of the armor buff between the bear and him. I mean, that one fight where it pulled Scott into the jungle, I mean, single-handedly, like, won them the game at the end there
Yeah,
with getting
exactly.
the 2 racks. So, yeah, Purdue just absolutely played a great first game there. And what do you think we see for the draft? I think maybe we get a ban in the first phase on Spirit Breaker.
Really?
Yep.
I could definitely see that because that was definitely the strongest hero on that UNC lineup. Though not looking necessarily at bans, I think that UNC may pick up the Oracle. I definitely, or even the Disruptor. Both have decent
Yeah.
lockdown.
And there's Brazil specialties. I think they'll just do
Yeah,
better if
I
he goes
definitely-
back to those.
Yeah, exactly. I think those are the go-to. Maybe testing something out in game one, and obviously can come back and
It's game
play.
one,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Just feel around. It does look like we're going into the next draft. We'll see if some of those things that we talked about get implemented here, and we are going to see that OD typical first ban from UNC.
I feel like, well, I don't know. We know that UNC just kind of pick what they're gonna pick.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I guess we'll see. Just they'll pick their team. I'm much more interested to see what Purdue do this round. Purdue do. Terrible name
Very
for
funny.
university. Sorry,
Honestly.
guys.
We are going to see the Weaver ban, so they are respecting that pseudonym of Weaver,
that
which
was actually-
honestly,
yeah.
it was really
It was
good.
great.
There.
Weaver and Spirit Breaker were basically the only things that worked on that team.
Yeah.
I mean,
Though he didn't really, I don't know, PA might have, but just with that Chenin lane, who
Yeah, just got dominated.
Yeah, just got dominated. Wasn't really able to approach the lane. Wasn't able to farm, and wasn't able to play the game really, because had to pretty much just stay in the triangle, farming up Battle
Yeah.
Fury. We are also going to see the Spirit Breaker ban, as well as the Shadow Shaman ban. So definitely respecting respective heroes on each team. Don't want to see them on their maybe comfort heroes or who they played well as.
I mean, you at least just want to break up that Lone Druid Shadow Shaman combo. That was so strong.
It really was, because it's just so much lockdown and so much stun. Shackles just lasting so long.
Well, okay.
Very
I'm not
good
going
in
to fall
lane.
asleep in the middle of this series. Oh,
I would
but
hope
it
not.
leaves opportunity for Froggers to pick up Bane. But the Pudge?
Interesting. Oh, Pudge and Lone Druid. So they're sticking with the Lone Druid, probably the 3. And Pudge, if it's not the 3, then it's probably a support.
I
which
think
is
it's kind of strong. Sorry, my eye. But I think it's actually really strong. It might not be super strong in the lane.
Yeah.
But it's going to allow them to do like their whole kill squad thing.
I think so, yeah. And it also provides a lockdown, obviously, with his ult. And we are going to see the Winter Wyvern. I think this is also a decently
Played
typical hero
yeah.
for Brazel, yeah.
Pretty strong, yeah.
Yeah, and obviously good sustain in lane, good team fight ult later on, and along with Bane is really good, I think, support lineup for UNC.
I feel like they need to ban out the CK. I really do think it's very strong right now.
Really, against the Winter Wyvern? Winter Wyvern can deal with the illusions. At least maybe like early on, like 6 through 10 levels, before CK really starts getting items. But while he does have those illusions, Wyvern with the Splinter Blast is able to, I think, deal a decent amount of damage to those illusions.
I just don't think we saw the full potential of the CK because, I mean, he got a pretty bad lane there.
Yeah.
And I'd just be scared.
You know what I'd like to see against the CK?
What do you like to see?
Be Axe. I think Axe is really strong right now, like really super strong. The buff to his ultimate, where he permanently gains armor. I mean, he'll be walking around with like 70, 80 armor.
I know.
Because you just kill steal anything with his ultimate, and you get permanent armor for the rest of the game, and it's really good. Obviously, we see a lot of the illusion heroes banned out here.
Yep. Nobody wants to deal with that.
Yeah.
You know what I wanna mention right now? I figured out today that part of why Silencer is doing really well right now is because of the 15-minute shard. And you know what shard does on Silencer?
AoE last word, right?
No.
Oh,
it
is that
doubles the amount of int he steals when he gets a kill.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
okay.
it's allowing him to just kind of get really strong faster.
I can see that. Kind of along the lines of, why Axe is so strong.
Yeah,
Pudge
that's what
is
reminded me.
Kind of strong.
Yeah.
Just because. Oh, okay. I really like him right now, right?
What's special about him right now?
Well, obviously they changed his whole ultimate, right?
Oh, I didn't read that. I don't know.
Yeah, so you remember his old Ags, right, where he opens up the 2 portals?
No.
Okay, that was the last.
You think I know Underlord ever got an Aghanim's? Whoever buys Ags on an Underlord?
Well, you didn't used to, right? Because it wasn't necessarily that strong enough to spend 4,600 gold on it, right? But it's a lot better than his old ultimate, right? His old ultimate was pretty bad, right?
Oh, of course.
No one would ever even use it.
Yeah.
And so, but now it's the 2 portals, right? You can play. There's a pretty big cast range. I'm pretty sure it's a cast range, but it's a pretty big cast range. You just place a portal right where you are as Underlord, and you place a portal to another spot on the map, and pretty much your entire team for, I want to say, like 20, 25 seconds can go through that portal, either back or forth, and it's really good, especially like if you want to put it on Roche. The enemy team is Roshing. You just put it down. You can pop in and out to see where they are or disengage,
that's
engage.
really good.
Yeah, it's really good. It takes, I think, 2 seconds to channel to go through and back.
Okay.
So really good. It's definitely better than his old ultimate. You can use it for a lot of situations. Jumping heroes.
Yeah.
You can use it to siege high ground and then back out. It's really good
It
for
provides
him.
a lot more utility, I think, than his old ultimate.
Exactly, yeah. And obviously he still has Pit of Malice, he still has Firestorm, so pretty good hero all around. And obviously Atrophy Aura is also really good. So decently good, definitely buffed hero as of the recent patch. And I'm really glad to see it used now. I think we've seen it a couple times used before by UNC pre-patch.
And every time I'm like, oh, I hate Underlord.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's just, you think of his ult, and he's just so underwhelming compared to a lot of the other heroes and a lot of other offlaners.
Yeah.
But, yeah, now with the new ultimate change, definitely seems a lot better, and I'm glad that they picked it. I'm just interested to see how they're going to use it, because obviously they don't necessarily have too much lockdown or, like, you know, immediate team lockdown.
Yeah.
Like, maybe, obviously they can, like, go through it and maybe get a big Winter's Curse or something. But it's not like a go through an Echo Slam on all 5 enemy heroes or something, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how they are going to use that.
I mean, I still kind of don't like it, actually. I don't know. I'd prefer a bigger team fight, pause 3, something that's going to be a bit faster and a bit flashier. And, you know, especially something that's going to be able to do a better job against Drow.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, there aren't much things that do well against Drow in lane. Drow just dominates with those frost arrows and insane amount of damage. And now with Gust increasing your movement speed, I think Drow is a really good hero right now. Hard to dominate in lane. Honestly, I think Underlord might be one of the better matchups against Drow, just because you Firestorm the wave, get a couple of creeps maybe, and then pretty much just push it under her tower. She hits it for clears that, and then there's repeats pretty much. So I don't know. Drow obviously a really good hero right now with the Gust multi-shot and insane amount of damage that she pumps out.
Yep.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that Underlord Drow lane fares out. And we are waiting to see the mid matchup. We do see the Void Spirit from UNC Froggers going to be their mid on Gatsby. And we're waiting to see what Purdue's mid is going to be to fare up against that.
I really like Void Spirit instead of Husker. I'll at least say that.
Yes, I agree. I think it's a much better pick, especially as a second to last pick. You know, overall second to last pick. I think the Huskar was a really weird last pick, especially because they left a lot of counters open. Obviously, Purdue didn't go for the AA or the Axe, but still ended up working out in the end. The Viper was a really good pick against the Huskar.
What? But Razor safe lane?
Okay, think about it, though. Against a Pudge, right? The Pudge doesn't have much lockdown for that Razor, so you can just run around static linking. The Bear, right? Lone Druid, the only person doing damage in that lane is the Bear, so you just static link the Bear. The Bear doesn't do any damage then, and you pretty much have a free lane because neither Lone Druid nor the Bear can do anything to you. And also with this Bane Razor, Bane can train really effectively against the heroes of Lone Druid and Pudge. Ooh, we are going to see the Mars pick. Avo going to be mid-Mars.
Oh, interesting, yeah.
Going to possibly be trying to lock down Gatsby with an arena spear. I think that's the best person to lock down, right? Snow obviously can hopefully... Oh, it's going to be...
I think Gatsby's taking the safe lane. They're switching around.
Who's in the lanes, not necessarily who's taking the... Okay, so it's looking like Scott is going to be playing off lane Underlord, Gatsby's going to be pause 1, and Snow's going to be mid. Which I think is a good choice, because obviously Snow, I think, had a better performance. So putting him on that mid, if he's able to do well in his lane, will
This
hopefully...
is bizarre. I mean, just overall, I mean, all 3 cores trading lanes, they all moved lanes. Obviously, the first round
now it's
didn't
going to be
work.
interesting to see if Pseudonym goes 5 and Brazel goes 4.
Might as well.
What do you think of this mid matchup with Mars against the Void Spirit?
I've been thinking about it. I mean, obviously, Void has a lot of opportunity to dodge the spear. Um, but I think Mars probably has the tankiness
That's what I
to
was thinking.
just do well in the matchup.
Yeah, just doesn't die necessarily to the
Yeah.
burst damage from Void Spirit, and in doing so, just like is able to pretty much just farm.
What do you think?
Because obviously he doesn't even need to use the spear to try and do damage to Lone Druid, and he just needs to use it to farm the wave. And then he can farm the wave with spear, and then just go to God's Rebuke the small camp, and can pretty much optimize his farming.
Is that what it's called? God's Rebuke?
Yeah, God's
Okay.
Rebuke
I'm
is
gonna remember
the
that.
shield bash.
Yeah.
Ability.
I'm super. I think he goes armlet first. I mean, if Mars gets farm and goes armlet, he does a lot of damage.
Yeah, I agree. But he could also go blink and try and like jump onto that Razor pause 1 and just because obviously Razor with Storm Surge, even though you don't level it until later, right? Storm Surge does give the ability to possibly run away a little bit faster and may not allow that Mars to catch up. And Razor also goes phase boots, so even more.
I mean, everything
speed.
depends on Gatsby having a better game than he did last time.
I agree. And I think now that he's on this pause, I think his pause 1 matchup against the Lone Druid is really good here.
Oh, nice hook to start, but nobody to follow up on it.
Yeah, and obviously Underlord is super tanky enough to
It's just a clean
avoid
2/2 bounty take.
Or maybe a little bit more damage on the side of Purdue, able to land the hook on the Underlord and do a couple of arrows to the Wyvern.
All right, getting into it.
Yeah. I don't really expect to see too many interesting lane killing here.
But you know, I think Mars actually does kind of have. He definitely has a harder time than Void does in the lane overall. But with good bottle play and tangos, he'll be fine. Look at that, static linking the bear. You got a lot of damage out of that, I think.
Yep. And obviously, getting more damage for yourself does allow. Does also mean that the bear has less damage. So 2 birds with 1 stone.
Dodges the taunt as well. That was well played by Avo, getting the better of that little damage trade.
Yep.
But definitely lower on mana. I think he's got to be going bottle, right?
Yeah, obviously. I think it's kind of a must. Bottle did get changed a little bit during this patch, but I think it's still like almost a necessity on most mids.
Yep, absolutely.
Especially on Underlord getting caught out here from a hook. Is he going to go down?
I don't know if Pudge has the speed. Maybe the cooldown. No, he doesn't have the mana. Oh, the heal from the Winter Wyvern and Underlord will be okay.
Very close there.
Yeah.
One more hit would have probably done it there. But doesn't get in. The Underlord ends up getting healed back. And we're going to have to see how that lane goes. Because obviously, if he's getting hooked a lot, that's going to be a lot of damage. I think even if the Drow had turned around and hit the Underlord once, it would have been the end. But the Drow was focused on the lane and missed out on a kill, probably.
I think so. And in the mid lane, I want to point out Soul Ring was the first bite. Oh, he's trying to start another fight. Lactotat? What a fucking weird name. He backs up a little. They don't find any kills, but Soul Ring by the Mars. Oh, with the static link, and dealing a lot of right click on this Grimstroke. One more hit, and he's gone. First blood onto Fuzzy Roadkill for Gatsby. Already finding a better game than the first one. And it's just willing to stand in front of this bear, hunting down Lone Druid in the trees. Let's see, I think it's Larger Bird. Ooh, and Entangle. You really got to be careful about those.
I don't even know what the stat or the chances are, of that.
I don't know. I gotta look it up because it feels like it's pretty high.
Yeah, from what we've seen, it sure does. But I don't know. It doesn't feel like it would be high,
Last hits. Talk to me about them.
Pretty even in the mid lane and pretty even on the safe lanes. It look like both offlaners are having a little bit of trouble in their respective lanes. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just really strong safe lane picks.
Yeah.
This game. Razor's absolutely just kind of weird. I think you like it as a safe lane pick much more than I do.
I think that's true, and we're possibly gonna. I think it's gonna be an interesting late game. We've obviously seen Fudge play that Razor, pause one before, and
really didn't work out too well.
I think it did. Right?
They
ended up
lost.
winning. No, they won that game.
Did they?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. But I think the Razor's job in this game is just going to be pretty much to get on top of this Drow as best she can, and pretty much just drain the attack damage from that Drow, and then you're pretty much golden, right? Because then Drow isn't doing damage, you do damage to Drow, and you don't really have anyone else dealing as much damage for Purdue.
Oh, nice look into the trees. He gets the Firestorm, so Drow can't go in on him. I think he'll be able to TP out all right. That was a really nice Firestorm. Into the static link here. I don't think he has enough right click. Oh, he does with the Brain Sap. Look at that. The Fairy Fire saves Grimstroke. The slow, if they can get a lucky entangle here, it's going to be the end. Stun from the Grimstroke. But Bane getting caught there. He tried to body block the Lone Druid, but it spilled the end. Another one of those paintbrushes. Lone Druid finishing him off with this right-click damage. And Brazel. Another Fed kill from him. And on the other side, it's Winter Wyvern, Pseudo-Nymph. Looking like he might go down. Yep. Both supports going down in just a matter of 10 seconds. Underlord wants to get value out of that, but he's so slow. That's why I hate Underlord. So
We're going to see a mid-rotation top trying to get
I didn't even spot it.
Kill on. Ooh, gets a nice taunt onto the Drow Ranger. Ends up getting that kill. And we are going to see Invis Mars going bottom with this arena. Doesn't look like UNC is going to see it. They don't have any wards in this bottom lane. And most likely you're going to see an arena spear onto...
Yep. I mean, unless the
Razor, who's going to walk just a little too close, and yeah.
Right into it, the spear, and he's done for.
Asleep?
Yep, got rebuke. Oh, wait, no, the sleep, yeah, you're right, saved him for a second, but they catch him out, and now it's the moment to tower dive with the bear, tanking the tower damage. Bane gets speared and smacked by a rather large bird's bear. And on the other side of the map, look at that Drow running away from Wyvern in the trees. But I don't know if Wyvern has his high-flying ability.
I think it just came off, or it was just used. So it doesn't have it. But it is going to be applying that tower pressure. Going to see if they can start taking that top tower. As UNC may be feeling the pressure bots.
Look at... Oh, wow. I didn't even... Okay. Sorry. Grimstroke... trying to stun the bear, but he gets taken out. I think the static circle, it's doing great wonders for Gatsby as he gets another kill for himself. Underlord just caught out in the middle, but his Firestorm is dealing so much damage to this Drow, who gets killed in the trees, and directed camera took us to the other side of the map. And they grabbed
the Pudge that went down first. To the Firestorm, trying to help out that Drow, and then the Drow was able to be easily picked off by the Wyvern and the Underlord top, and that's a really good kill, or double kill actually.
Double kill.
Yeah.
Yep.
For them top, and most likely going to see them starting to push out the lane and try and get the kill. They are going to try and set up something mid with the help of Wyvern.
I don't think he has the mana to engage and escape here. So, yep, Snow decides to back off, even though he has that Wyvern to support him, because Pudge is here now. looking for a hook opportunity. Nope, he's just going to walk away. And Drow said screw the lane after getting killed with Luck Attack now farming out that jungle.
And obviously, being level 5 instead of level 6 doesn't necessarily have as good of a damage output, so can't jungle as effectively. Is going to still try, possibly going to get that level 6 soon. And looks like they're going to try and make stacks for
Drow.
Yeah, probably Drow, but also could be one of the other carries for Purdue.
Yep. And all right, with I think four Purdue heroes now, they want to get a kill onto Gatsby, try to mess up his farm. Oh man, please, directed camera, show us this fight. All right, let's see. Under the tower.
Might have been able to see all those. Yeah, I think they did see all those heroes there.
But with the creeps going in, they've got a nice opportunity here. Wow, great spear and the arena. I think this is the end for Gatsby. He tries to get the static link to deal some damage. But wow, they back out with the clutch teleports coming in. Fuzzy Roadkill is the first to die. And then they find a rather large bird and Dion at the same time. With the rotation from all 5 of UNC's Esports heroes, they turn that fight around completely onto an unsuspecting Purdue.
Yeah, really good reaction by all of them, able to get all the TPs in. I mean, Void Spirit was even TPing, or walking there, predicting a fight to begin with, so very good in positioning by him. And yeah, they were just able to pretty much all be there in a timely manner. I was about to, scoff at them a little bit. Scott was just like keeping the lane static at top, wasn't pushing it in, even though there was no one there defending it. So I mean, he wasn't applying any pressure. They knew like Purdue could be anywhere on the map because there was no pressure on the map. No one was pushing in mid lane. No one was pushing in top lane. So almost a bad situation, but kind of keeping that static lane allowed him to TP in. So I don't know if it was the best decision, but it was a decision that allowed him to be there and turn the fight. So obviously UNC wins that fight. They only have less than a 1K net worth lead. So
better than they were doing last game.
Exactly, yeah.
It's giving them a much better start. Razor is doing much better on farm than the PA did last game. They're going to be able to really fight this one out on
and obviously, so is this Void Spirit doing a lot better than the mid-Huskar last game. Able to participate in a lot of kills while also farming lanes and camps. So really good on their part. Are we going to see it? Oh, looks like Mars might have wanted to commit onto the Bane mid, but maybe not necessarily far enough up, and is just focusing on pushing this wave in.
Yep. Just enjoying a moment of peace, I guess, before another fight begins.
We do see 3 heroes from Purdue circling around that mid tower. As the Razor hits the top tower, and we may see a rotation. Looks like they may start to be grouping up.
I mean, look at this. A lucky Entangle here. They're trying to catch out Pseudonym. The Entangle completely stopping all the healing from his healing ability. And look at that. Scott coming in clutch with the Firestorm, and Winter Wyvern finishing off a rather large bird who is not nearly as tanky as he thought he was. And wow, Snow dealing so much burst onto Pudge, and Diana's down as well. It's 11-4, and Avo in a poor position now, as Snow is, wow, Fiend's Grip, and it's just a few seconds that they have to destroy Avo, one of the only strength heroes, well, not one of the only strength heroes, but whatever, wherever I was going, he's dead now, guys, believe me. Fuzzy Roadkill's dead somewhere else as well.
Yeah,
I mean kills are happening too fast.
Gets a solo kill onto Fuzzy Roadkill on the top lane, and UNC is doing really well right now.
Yep, a completely opposite game from the first one.
Gatsby's able to take out this top tower. Looks like they're also pressuring the mid tower while Scott is able to just pretty much defend the bot tower. Because, I mean, that's what Underlord does best, is he's able to defend slash push out waves and then just pretty much TP to any team fights that happen. Yep. He may even end up TPing here to this mid wave or mid lane. Doesn't look like he is, but we are going to see. We are going to look at a replay of the top kill. Those quickly.
I mean, it's
hopefully.
Exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Yep, look at that. Grimstroke just pushing that lane, getting some solo XP because he's not even level 6 yet. Wow. Not a good game. And starting with the Snow, the static link. The silence doesn't matter when you've already used the static link. And he's able to dodge the stun as well. Oh, he has to dive under tower. Drow's there.
But Drow doesn't have any mana. He's already at half health. Just can't compete with that Razor. And
well played by Gatsby, though. Really good with the movement to dodge the Grimstroke stun and just get even more of a lead. Yeah.
And I would like to note that I was a little scared of doing the replay, right? Because I thought, I mean, there's 4 heroes. There were 4 heroes from UNC in that mid lane. There were 3 heroes, or almost 4, because Drow's there, kind of there, but with no mana. So almost 4 heroes from Purdue, grouping around that mid tower, but it doesn't look like any team is looking to push
honestly,
the high ground.
I don't think Avo has a blink. I think if he had a blink, there could have been a fight there that they would initiate. But neither team has really solid initiation.
I mean, Purdue does once they get that blink dagger.
Yeah.
They are going to smoke up on Fuzzy Roadkill and Avo. Might look to go find that Razor in the jungle. Though Bane is also there. I think they do see, or they did see Snow on that top Warren. And they're going to try and go find him. But he's hidden in the trees right now. Not looking to jump out. He might come and push out this wave. It looks like he is. Are they going to be able to get the jump? They get the silence.
Yep, that's huge. He kills it. And then the stun catches him into the arena. I don't think Void can get out of that arena with the God's Rebuke. Avo is doing a great job trying to kill Snow, but look at that. Oh. He gets away, almost killing Fuzzy Roadkill along the way. He has the mana to go back in if he wants to. With the shield, taking out Fuzzy Roadkill. Does he have any ultimate charges to taunt?
No. No, don't do it to him. Oh, I mean, just with and they take out Rather Large Bird in the bottom lane. UNC is looking dominating this game. Oh, just so much mana on that Void. I don't even know what items he has, but it just had enough mana to sustain
Yules and
the
Kaya.
Yules and Kaya.
I
I think he just got the Yules, but even just the Kaya, they're able to get the lockdown onto Lakatat. And with this link, that's going to be a dead Drow.
And they secure huge ancient stack on the Dire side.
Yeah, that's a lot. That was going to bring back Drow possibly into this game. But without that, it's looking pretty dim. And already at 17 minutes, UNC up 6K gold, up 13 kills. It's looking like a much better game for them than that last game.
This is a textbook way to play Void Spirit. This is textbook position 1 Razor.
Though you don't like it.
I don't like it, but if this is how you win with it.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to get this exact set of conditions where you are dominating the game by 17 minutes. And that's what they're doing.
I think it's because they won all their lanes. They are going to go on to Rather Large Burn, but they are going to...
With the arena, it catches out 3 of them onto the spear. And look at that. All of UNC is losing their health, even though they catch out Ava with the Fiend Script. Wait! Snow in the backline, as well as the Firestorm that's just gigantic. Is that the shard on Firestorm that makes it so big? Because it was as big as that entire arena.
Yeah, it really was. Oh, Snow catches out this Drow with the Yules. Is going to have this set up. Oh, and it's going to have just enough damage to kill off that Drow. Perfect setup. Nothing that Drow could have done there except maybe be in a better position. Or just not been there at
all. Right. Wow, really really strong plays. They're taking tier 2 at 18 minutes and dominating team fights that don't even look like they're going their way.
Yeah, and I mean, we did see Mars show off his Blink Dagger there. I think he just got the Blink Dagger, probably was looking for an engage, but it was obviously playing without Drow because Drow just died.
And could we see the levels instead of the net worth? As look at that, Avo gets caught out again, easily bursted down by Snow. He is not tanky enough to survive anything. And look at it. It's because, I mean, Avo is 6 levels behind Snow.
Yeah. Really unfortunate. Snow's been making those rotations, getting those solo kills in a bunch of the different lanes, and is doing really well for himself. Crazy how different this game is going than last game.
They don't have any combos like they did last time. I mean, Grimstroke's a really cool
I think
pick.
they do, but like it's just because obviously I've seen a lot of combos with that Grimstroke, just maybe not playing it to the fullest potential. I think they're using it more as like a trying to escape rather than trying to engage.
But what can he do with like his ultimate? You know, there's no one on his team can combo with his ultimate.
I think it's mostly for the silence, try and double silence the team. But yeah, like you said, there's just no one who combos with that. Obviously, you can. He maxed Inkswell to try and be aggressive, but it just hasn't paid off.
And he's only level 7. So, I mean, he's really far behind. He's going to get destroyed by Snow in any of these fights. Look at that. Dusted with a haste rune as well. They're getting ready to siege high ground. It's just about 1 or 2 picks here, and UNC is going to be able to grab a tier 3 tower, I think. Oh, Snow catches out Lone Druid with the taunt into the area stun, but Avo wants to get the counter initiation, misses the spear because of the Yules in the back line. Gatsby, though, with the static link as the entirety of Purdue is paused from the Winter Wyvern ultimate. It's going to leave the opportunity for Snow's cooldowns to come off with the double kill, and they are crushed. It's a team kill with perfectly timed abilities, ultimates combined from UNC Esports. This is now their opportunity. Siege that high ground, take a Rax, and probably guarantee this game for themselves.
Yeah, it was just perfectly executed from all of them. Snow was able to dodge the spear with his Yules, then was the hook. The Pudge landed the hook onto Snow, but the arena stopped it, right? Because obviously Snow can't leave, physically leave the arena, and so just perfect there by him. Lives through that engagement, and then the rest of the team is able to clean it up.
Oh, clean hook onto Underlord, though. That's a solid way to start a fight. Stop the static link with the spear. They actually are defending these barracks.
Yeah, so UNC does end up not able to go into this barracks. They do get the tower, and they're able to back up, only losing Scott. So overall, I think a decent engagement, or not decent. They obviously lost 1-0, but both teams are gonna full smoke. UNC maybe trying to wrap around. Purdue thinking that UNC is going to take this opportunity to go Roche is going to just miss them by a couple seconds, and UNC playing the triangle may look to just catch someone as they walk up here. And it looks like they're going to find Fuzzy Roadkill. Is going to get the static link off.
Oh. Okay, well, I guess we get to see the teleportation here by Underlord as the arena comes out. But again, it just spells disaster because the arena is covered by an entire firestorm that just murders them along with Gatsby. I mean, wow, look at that. GG called. That's kind of an early GG.
Yeah, I mean, UNC hadn't even taken an Aegis or Rax yet, and GG is called. Purdue realizes that they're down... 18 kills, or no, 16 kills, isn't able to come back from that, and...
I mean, but, like, you're down 18 kills, you just lost the last fight disastrously. Instead of saying, let's play high grounds, how about you try to farm some more Drow? They said, let's all smoke and start another disastrous fight.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense because they're obviously 5v4. They think they know where UNC is going. Obviously, they don't have vision, so they went the wrong direction. UNC kind of baited them, backing out towards the jungle and looking like they were going to Roche. Didn't end up going to Roche. Went to the triangle.
Even if they fought on Roche, I still think they lose that fight entirely.
Yeah, I don't know. Possibly just because, I mean, if it was a even matchup, maybe. But obviously UNC with a lot more levels and items had the advantage. But I think team fight wise, especially with the Underlord being dead, maybe Purdue could have pulled something off, but didn't really end up happening.
Fudge redeemed Mac Dewey Poggers. Poggers!
You have to come here.
Did you hear that, Cheese?
No.
No. Okay. We did get a Mac Dewey Poggers in the chat, so we're going to redeem that real quick. Poggers! There you go, folks at home. Mac Dewey Poggers.
He lives here, and so whenever you put a Poggers in the chat, he'll come out.
And I was a little hidey hole and say, Poggers!
That was great.
Yeah, that was my impression of the Mac Dewey Poggers.
Wasn't as good.
Well, what were we saying? Game,
God, no,
DOTA, very good performance by
Yep.
UNC. I think that's might be one of the biggest stomps we've seen from them.
Yep. Gatsby showing his value and showing Fudge. I know you're watching. We know you're watching now.
Yeah.
And showed you how to play Razor position 1.
Yeah, you don't TP when you're getting hit by a Luna.
But yeah, sorry. Our production crew sure is interesting.
I agree.
But I don't think the Mars mid lane it has a lot of potential. But,
I don't think it was the best necessarily against maybe against the rest of the lineup of UNC, but definitely not against that Void Spirit, because obviously Snow playing on that Void Spirit, very comfortable, able to dodge a lot of the
I mean, Dispersion lasts like half the length of...
Dispersion is...
Or is it Diffusion Dispersion? It's the circles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think he's gone for like half the time that Arena is happening.
Exactly.
At least at level 1. I mean...
And we saw that up top. He was able to survive with that against Godric's Rebuke and against the...
Pudge.
No, the other support. Oh,
and they're starting up the next game immediately.
Yeah.
So new heroes. Who cares about the other support?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't need one.
Nope. And so now we're into it. It's a best of 3 series. So this is the deciding one. We've seen 2 stomps. So I don't know. I'm hoping that they stick with Gatsby in the safe lane.
Yeah, I think those positions worked out really well for them. Snow playing that mid was able to play aggressive pretty much the whole map, or take over the whole map to that extent. And
I'm interested to see how the bans go, because so far Purdue has been banning, I mean, they've banned Puck, Quap, Ember, Storm. That's been 4 of their bans both games. And that's why I think they got forced into that weird Husker pick that one game.
Yeah.
But it left the void for the second one, which went great. So now do they say we're going to ban 5 mid heroes, or are they?
Well, no,
the
first round or the first game they only banned out the Storm and the Ember, right? It was UNC who banned the Quap and the Puck.
Okay.
So
you're
that
right,
was
you're
why
right.
4 mid heroes were banned out. But yeah, like you said, are they now gonna also ban out the Void, or are they gonna replace it maybe for one of the other mid heroes that they keep banning?
Because I think Snow, we've seen him play Storm. He's a solid Storm player. He's also a great Ember player. So I mean, if they swap out one of the spirits with Void, I think they still are going to have a solid
opens up.
mid.
Yeah, it still opens up something for.
I will say I really think Storm is pretty weak right now. With bye Mark.
Poggers.
I think Storm's really weak with the Orchid nerf.
Yeah. I don't know, but we've seen the 5 null talismans, arcane blink.
Blink.
Billion.
I've got to try
from
that.
Jenkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are definitely other things that you can go as Storm Spirit, not
It's just
necessarily
you've
the
got to figure it out.
Porkin.
We saw
I know
Snow
a couple
go
people go,
Kaya first.
Kaya.
It was fine, but again, you have to change your play from being a solo ganker to you've got to play with at least like one other support to grab.
You say
the
that,
kills.
but then we just saw we saw him on that Void Spirit that just went Kaya first item and was able to play alone and get a lot of kills by himself.
I mean, he has a lot more damage, I think. I think he has more bursts overall.
Really?
I think.
Maybe. I don't know. But we do see the Winter Wyvern coming out. First pick from UNC. Worked out really well. Obviously able to save UNC heroes a couple of times, as well as some really good Winter's Curses there towards the end. I think we saw 2 or 3 really good Winter's Curses.
I mean, it was so clutch in that one fight right before the second to last fight that they had, where I think what it mostly did was literally just like let the cooldowns go off for Snow, so that he could just like burst them all down again.
Exactly. We are going to see the Tusk pick again for Purdue, similar to the first game, and we saw it as a 5-pick first game, and we saw this Winter Wyvern 4-pick this last game, so it's going to be interesting to see if they keep that up, because I do think the Winter Wyvern actually wins that matchup against the Tusk, because the Tusk has a little more harder time trading with the Wyvern and necessarily getting onto the Wyvern, because Wyvern's all about the range and distance, and obviously, we saw Weaver as the 4 at the first game. Weaver wants to run up to you with Shikuchi, and so leaves you more open to getting up and personal and close to that Tusk. Wyvern, not necessarily as much. So, going to be interesting to see if that's the lane matchup here. And with the Snapfire pick from Purdue as well, that I would think would be a pause 4 pick. So is looking like the Tusk is going to possibly be the 5 again, and the Snapfire pause 4. Disruptor pick from the Froggers. This is a very typical pick from Brazel when it's not banned, right? So I'm going to be the pause 5 hero here. Wyvern pause 4. I wouldn't expect anything less. And now we still have all the cores left, which is something we haven't. I don't think we've seen either of these past 2 games. Both teams have, or either team has picked a core in the first phase of picks. Either the Lone Druid or I forget what it was the first game. I don't know, but a core.
I don't know.
The core was picked in the first phase, both games. So now it's going to be interesting to see because they have 4 supports picked right now.
I like to see the Spirit Breaker band and the Underlord bands. They respect that enough. But
yeah, I think the Spirit Breaker was the core that they picked the first game.
I'm just trying to think about what you were saying, the cores that are going to be picked, and the possibility that Snapfire is a pause 3.
I doubt it. I don't see it being a pause 3.
I think they only don't pick Lone Druid again.
Yeah, I don't expect to see the Lone Druid picked here, especially because Wyvern. I feel we saw it there last time. The Wyvern is really good counter to Lone Druid because you just you Winter's Curse the Lone Druid, right? And then the Lone Druid is taking damage from his bear. It locks him down very well.
Really didn't go.
Yeah, it's a good counter to him. And so I don't expect him to pick the Lone Druid here. Also, the Disruptor really good for kiting Lone Druid as well as locking him down. Overall, really good picks here against the Lone Druid, so I don't see Purdue picking it. Though they did ban out the what is it called? The Razor, right? So maybe they're setting up for a something similar. They don't want the attack damage getting sucked out of the bear, but we are going to see the Abaddon picked here. And I was talking to you about I was talking to you about this before the game. Abaddon has been interestingly covered in at least my YouTube recently.
Really?
Used to recommended.
Ooh, Timbersaw. Against 3 strength. Wait, no, is Snapfire intelligence? No.
Ooh, I'm not sure.
I don't
I don't
remember.
think it's strength.
But, I mean,
actually.
if it's safely in Abaddon against Timbersaw.
That's a scary matchup
yeah.
for the Abaddon, right?
Yep. Great pick there with Timbersaw, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Abaddon, I don't know if I believe it, but.
Okay, what I've seen, and this may sound crazy, is 5 Battle Furies and then a
this doesn't
Daedalus.
sound crazy.
I mean, but then I think what they did is they actually buffed his
Curse of Avernus?
No, his Q where he throws the
Coil.
Mist Coil, and it like throws to multiple people, and it like one shots everybody. Especially with so much damage, because it's like cleave damage to everyone.
Does Mist Coil deal a right-click damage?
I think so, or at least I think they changed it. Maybe
What?
I don't know. This is what I see.
We're gonna look up Abaddon because I need to know.
Either that or he was. No, I'm pretty sure he was throwing his Mist Coil. I don't think it was him attacking one person.
All right, this is what Wikipedia gives when you look up Abaddon. The Hebrew term Abaddon and its Greek equivalent Apollyon appear in the Bible as both a place of destruction and an archangel of the abyss. No,
I mean,
that's not what we're looking
some of these people are based off of like mythological creatures, like Monkey King or
as we
Medusa,
know, the Bible
Zeus.
is mythological. That's a fish. No, I'm not gonna say anything.
You heard it here first, folks. Ricky pickup from Purdue, not the team that I would expect to pick up the Ricky, but maybe.
Okay.
So now the Ricky is going to be pause 1, Abaddon maybe pause 3.
Yeah.
But still, I would like to note that this Ricky is not going to have a fun time against a Timbersaw, right? You pick any really melee carries into this Timbersaw, they're gonna struggle, right? And what this lane is gonna be Ricky Tusk. Now Tusk may do something against Timbersaw, be enough burst damage, but with a Ricky, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm liking it too much. Ricky, a very squishy and pretty low impact hero in the first part of the game. Now, Fudge may tell me differently. Obviously, she plays it a lot, but I don't know. I never really see it, especially in lane. And obviously, they picked it into the Timbersaw, so maybe they have high hopes for it. And who knows? Maybe it's a mid Ricky who goes Meteor Hammer Shard build.
Yeah.
Could always be that.
So I will say,
be interesting to see.
It's the shard.
Okay, so
Yep.
the Mist Coil does attack damage?
Yes, right-click damage when you get the shard.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that's why
It's
been interesting, especially because you get it at 15 minutes now, so...
It's pretty intense.
Yeah. And Abaddon already, very tanky as a strength hero with a Photic Shield and his ultimate allowing him not to die.
I believe he has a talent that causes him to shoot out extra mist coils as well.
I think so, yeah, whenever maybe the shield's broken or something. I'm not sure. But that sounds about right, where he something procs his Mist Coil.
I'm going to look at his talent tree real quick.
Now we are looking at the mid hero from both, and we do see that Ember Spirit slip through. So like you were talking about, they were going to ban that Void Spirit along with the Storm Spirit, but it allows the Ember Spirit to go through, and Snow is most likely going to be playing that Ember Spirit mid.
And the question is what do you play against it? I mean, his magic block did get nerfed. So it leaves you more of an opportunity.
Leshrac could do a decent amount to Timbersaw. Obviously, Timbersaw is good against physical damage, right? You might buy Hood on it to deal with some of the magical damage, especially against Leshrac if they pick that mid. But the Leshrac could possibly be good lockdown and magical. damage pick here. Going to be interesting. They are going to go for the Quap, so that's another hero that slips through the ban phase, and it's going to be a Quap versus Ember mid matchup. And
I think that's solid choice for them. I mean, he can still he has to save his flame guard for when she throws out the dagger, and then I think he also can't dodge the dagger using sleight of fist.
Yeah.
So it's a good pick, and Quap I think is still pretty strong.
yeah, 1-1 score right now, best of 3. So this game is the deciding factor of who wins this match. Goes on to a 3-2 winning record versus a losing record. Who do you think is going to pull it out? Which lineup is looking better right now?
I think UNC has more. What am I trying to say? Combination work. What's the word for
Teamwork?
that? Teamwork? Not really. They just go together better. Synergy. Thank you. Yes, they have more synergy with their picks. I really like Static Storm. I love Timbersaw and his ability to deal so much area damage, and he's just gonna cause so much problems for Ricky and Lane. And Ember Spirit on Snow, he's like massive on it. And I think he's gonna be able to survive this Quap lane enough time to get the farm he needs.
Interesting. I definitely agree with you that this UNC lineup looks a little bit stronger than the Purdue lineup. I don't know how well the Ricky.
I think the Ricky is what's gonna lose it for them.
I think Ricky might be a little too squishy and not necessarily as good in lane as they would hope to pull out this game. The Troll might necessarily not be a lane stomper either, but I think he's going to be able to pick up that farm in the lane against the Abaddon.
It shouldn't be too tough.
Yeah, especially with the Disruptor. I mean, Disruptor just whenever they try and like cookie commit onto the Troll, the glimpse will be there to just back him back up.
I'm so worried about the Ricky Tusk lane against Timbersaw Wyvern.
Yeah, I think even if they try and go onto the Timbersaw, right, with a bunch of burst damage, then they're purely just right-click damage, right? There's no magic damage. So the Wyvern it's an easy save for the Wyvern. And then all of a sudden, there's no more.
Dead.
Yeah, I mean, no one's dead. I mean, then the Timbersaw is alive. Your cooldowns are done on the side of Purdue.
Ooh,
and they
first
are going
blood
to get
potential.
a wrap around here on the bottom bounty.
With the cookie stun, I think Pseudonymph is just gone. Now the question is UNC going to be able to follow up with catching someone out? Scott with a big chain on Rather Large Bird. He's just a single hit away. Is the chain cooldown enough? Oh, he dodges it! Wow, and then the Aphelic Shield. Rather Large Bird. Oh, but the static orb above his head, and he falls as well. But still, it's first blood for Purdue. And look at that. That poor. Did you see that visual bug? Well, it's gone now.
Oh, look at this.
What?
UNC pulling a little bit of a bamboozle, something we saw last week. They're going to switch up the lanes, put this Scott Timbersaw and the Wyvern against the Abaddon Snapfire bot lane.
That's actually nice.
And then the Troll Disruptor up in the top lane against the Tusk and the Ricky.
Oh, look at that. Using that Flame Guard really effectively. But, yeah, I think this is a really great decision by them, and they're definitely taking inspiration from, what was it, Berkeley?
I think so, yeah, last week. Obviously a disappointing loss, but looks like they used it as a learning opportunity and are implementing it into their own game.
Oh. And I think Gatsby's going to have a nice lane against this Ricky. I don't think it's going to go too badly. Snow. Oh, did he dodge the dagger?
I'm not sure. I didn't notice that, but it looks like there.
Ooh. Massive damage there, but the cookie's stunned. Scott is stuck in the trees, but it's a good thing for Timber sometimes. But the Curse of Avernus, he's silenced, can't turn it around. Rather Large Bird finds a kill, and look at that. They're looking for another with the silence. Not going to be able to get away too easily. Fairy Fire into the tower, but the Aphotic Shield is going to allow him to get that tower dive. But oh, wow. A nice salve from Snapfire, and it's a clean double kill for Rather Large Bird.
Yeah, really good there. I think UNC maybe over-predicting their level 2 strength and ended up dying for it. Didn't even have any points in reactive armor, so it wasn't as tanky as maybe he thought, and just wasn't able to do as much damage as he thought on that Timber Saw at level 2. Very unfortunate, but...
Wait, can we see Snow's inventory here? Because
Snow's the mid.
He is so okay. New build here. This is what you're supposed to do now. Is max Sleight of Fist first, because it's no longer necessarily worth it to max your Flame Guard. And you can see he's been spamming it a lot to get these last hits, and as well as getting the denies. And he had a really nice lead for a second there on Quappin last hits. I think he still does as he's about to get this wave under the tower. I think he's doing really well against Avo.
Yeah, he is.
Timber just got the cookie stun on him. They're trapped in static field, but the ice shards, it's well enough for Lack Attack to get behind the disruptor and deal a lot of damage. Brazel is once again dead. He's been having just the worst series ever. Ooh. Gatsby, he has enough health, in fact. He is willing to just keep right-clicking Lack Attacked. With the range, I don't know if he'll be able to find a kill.
Ooh, a nice double stun there with the cookie.
Curse of Avernus with Aphotic Shield. He's got to be able to tower dive this. We have a clean kill on Pseudonymph. It's 5-1, 4 minutes into the game, with the bottom lane going heavily towards Rather Large Bird and Dion, I want to say. I could be totally wrong. It might actually be Fuzzy Roadkill.
You might say that, but also if you look at the last hits and denies, they're about even, actually. Even Timbersaw pulling a little ahead of the Abaddon.
When it's 4 kills to 0. I mean, in that lane, I mean, it might be 3 to 0 in terms of kills. I don't remember. Ooh, trying to find another moment to steal some strength, but it goes so poorly. Curse of Avernus is just overwhelming for Timbersaw. He managed to get away, though. Look how much damage. For just 50 mana, he deals, like, I think 200, 150 damage to Quap every 10 seconds now. Ooh, missed that combo. That's a lot of mana gone. Okay. I think Scott's scared now. I mean, he'll find moments to deal some damage, but he does have to wait for his mana to regen.
That, and he just has to be wary of the cookie. I mean, obviously at on this low level, he doesn't have a lot of points in reactive armor.
Brazel. I'm surprised to see. Well, actually, okay. Brazel going down really quickly here, even though Static Orb above Dion. Gatsby's able to find a kill. But, ooh, even with a nice little stun there, I don't know if he has the follow-up to grab Lack Attack. Lack Attack doesn't have any mana for an escape, though. It's just about following it the net. And he grabs a sweet double kill up at the top lane for Gatsby.
Yeah, really good job right there. Gets the lucky net, or I won't say lucky. He followed through.
Yeah, right.
And gets
Ooh, nice cookie onto that creep, but Scott has that chain, gets to the tree to safety. I was really curious to see Snow didn't get, on his fist level, he's got 3 into Sleight of Fist, 2 into Flame Guard. He doesn't get the seared chains, and I think that's curious because it means he loses kill potential into Quap. You can't, she can just blink away.
Yeah, she can. But maybe it's more about finding those, obviously farm, does a lot of poke damage to the Quap as well, and could be trying to maybe show up to some side lanes after pushing this mid wave some. has that invis, is going to end up using it as maybe he thought the co-op was going to try and engage in that mid lane.
Brussels really caught in a bad spot here. He's just slowly getting whittled down. And look at that. Level 6 Riki with the backstab. Finishing off Brazel there. Ooh, Pseudonymph wants to escape over the cliffs. He finds it, but it's not going to last very long, as he's just going into their tower range, honestly. Ooh. With the heal, he's out of mana, though, and the Curse of Avernus. It's a silence.
Just wasting time at this point.
Oh, why did Rather Large Bird back off? Okay. Okay, well, they find the kill. Is a little bit weird movement, but they find the kill there.
Yep.
3-8, I mean, they're kind of winning mid, like, by a few last hits, but it's not overwhelming.
By they, you mean UNC.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Top lane, I feel like it's going, I think it's going towards Troll, right? Towards Gatsby.
Especially with that double kill onto the Riki. That one was a really important double kill.
But this bottom lane definitely going for Rather Large Bird here. But they've got the level 6 on Scott. It's a nice little power spike if he can find a kill. Rather Large Bird turning onto Wyvern. Doesn't think he can get away, but there's a teleport coming in from Ember. He wants to get a kill. They finish off Fuzzy Roadkill up the lane. Dion finding Pseudonymph in the top lane on the other side, but with 4 UNC heroes surrounding Bird, they're looking for this. It's turning into a big fight. The Scream of Pain comes out. Scott can't deal with the magic damage, and Snow doesn't have any mana left to chase. Ooh, but he finally got those Searing Chains. It looks like Co-op doesn't have mana either, but just enough with the snowball and the stun. They burst down Ember from his last bit of health with the cookie. It's so many kills. So many kills happen there for Purdue. I actually think they only got 1 kill for UNC there, but they got Pseudonymph up in the top lane.
No, Pseudonymph was in the
bottom lane. Yeah.
The Tusk,
Never mind.
rotated bottom. Ended up getting that first kill on Pseudonymph. Kind of secured them the fight, because then UNC was just down until the end. And just important overall team fight. Obviously, both of the pause ones were in the top lane farming.
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes, again, towards Purdue for that beginning fight. And, I mean, these last 2 games, ooh, almost with the Searing Chains. If he got that off, he could have killed her. But, again, the silence and the stun, perfectly timed, but he's got the healing. Dion there to back him up. I think with the snowball, no, they don't want to go under the tower as Rather Large Bird's ultimate is popped. They're back onto the back pedal with the Searing Chain. Snow came out of nowhere. And that's it for Rather Large Bird. Overstepped his bounds a little bit. With the Ember Spirit Remnant, they're chasing after Snapfire. Another Searing Chains. In the lane, though, the Scream of Pain catching Dipper Saw again. They are taking advantage. Snow grabs a sick double for himself, finally, off to the side.
Did you see that? I mean, okay, Scott got really low right there with the Scream of Pain, but doesn't even die. He gets saved by the Winter Wyvern to heal. After that magic damage, all that Co-op had left was obviously the right-click damage to try and finish him off, but is negated by the healing from the Winter Wyvern, and all of UNC survives while they take out 2 on the side of Purdue, which is really good.
Did Scott not die?
No, Scott didn't even die.
I thought he did. Wow.
No, he
okay.
got saved by the Wyvern in that situation.
Yep. So yeah, you're right. I mean, kind of a misplay there for Co-op to spend that time on Scott. Able to survive. Wow.
Almost got the kill. I would
Yeah.
like to note. So maybe not necessarily a waste, just unfortunate.
Yep.
Set of events.
Look at that. Scott is just really confident here that he's going to be able to survive. I mean, they've got so little mana in this lane between the 2 of them. Wow. 11 minutes in. Ember's getting close to a Maelstrom, which is really going to... I mean, he's doing really well right now in this game. And he's going to be able to deal, like, way more damage than he already is dealing once he gets that Maelstrom finished. Well, Gatsby grabbing a lot of farm. Topping the net worth. giving Riki a hard time. Ooh, nice catch by the support combo onto Brazel. Really, I mean, it's just repeatedly Brazel dying over and over again.
I mean, that one was really unfortunate because they do have that vision. Obviously, it gets pinged out now on that top set of stairs. Most likely going to be found out once they respawn.
Yep.
But yeah, interesting to note that Purdue is up by 1K, even though this troll has such a high lead in the net worth, or in the last hits at least. And this Ricky's trying to farm these creep camps, but like I've tried to say a couple times before, it's pretty hard for Ricky to farm creep camps when. I mean, the creeps want to hit you, so they always face you, right? They even turn around when you try and get behind them to always face you. But Ricky only does damage on the backside, so it's just a weird dynamic when you're trying to farm creep camps, especially without any items or without a Battle Fury, which I'm sure the Ricky probably does not have at this point.
I mean, there's no way he'd be going for Battle Fury. He's not getting the farm he needs to grab that. So yeah, you're absolutely right. He is not going to be farming nearly as fast as Troll.
I would like to note that Purdue is doing a really good job playing this bottom side, and they have a lot of good vision in the jungle.
They go in again with the Tusk Snowball. Although Winter Wyvern trying to save out his teammates. Nice kill by Fuzzy Roadkill with the ultimate. Static Storm coming in. Can Ember catch up to them because they're also low health? But little does he know, Quap is there. He manages to dodge the Scream of Pain in with the Searing Chains. But the ultimate from Rather Large Bird means he's got to survive, and Ember's Spirit gets turned on. Gatsby trying to fight into this 2v4, but I think this rotation came a little too late as silenced by the Curse of Avernus and whittled down. It's 5 heroes down in the bottom lane, and that worked out pretty darn well for Purdue.
Yeah, really unfortunate there to begin with. There was the good...
Stunned out of the chain. Absolutely done for.
Unfortunate.
Please continue.
Yeah, I was going to say they almost saved Scott, or Suda almost saved Scott there in the beginning with the good heal and also a Curse of, or not Curse of Avernus, but Winter's Curse.
Yep. Winter's Curse.
But I mean, it ended up Winter's cursing the wrong person. Yeah. Instead of Winter's cursing the Snapfire out of the cookies, which was the only magic damage that was happening, ended up Winter's cursing the only physical damage that was happening with the Tusk and the Abaddon. Just kind of unfortunate that he didn't get the Snapfire with the cookies.
Yeah, really unfortunate. And I think Ember here is really strong. I'd love to see his level 10. All right. I mean, because right now, oh wow, with the Searing Chains onto Riki and Fuzzy Roadkill, provides them a great opportunity to find this quick kill. As you see the rest of Purdue circling around, but Rather Large Bird got a little bit too close. But he's managed to escape with that nice speed on Abaddon. Dion, weird initiation here. He's caught out by the team. Zoa looking to find that kill, but he's silenced by the Riki. It's getting a little bit awkward. Dion goes down. The Scream of Pain catching two, though. Brazel finished off. Not before he can get off the Static Storm, though. Quap caught in it. Lack Attack running away because he sees, even though they got that Brazel, he got the Static Storm off, and it kind of fell apart for Purdue there. Pause 1 and Pause 2 had to run away, leaving Rather Large Bird alone to die. That was actually really important. I'd love to see, like, I think Brazel died, like, literally the split second he pulled off Static Storm.
Mm-hmm. I think I will maybe waited a little too long.
Goes on. Wow. Look at that. I mean, why are they there? I think Ember Spirit might be able to get away, but he doesn't have the mana. He's not teleporting. Now, yep, Ember Spirit is killed. Ooh, wow. They're playing too overconfident, and then the cookie into the tricks of the trade. That's it for Scott as well. kind of a really big misplay that we saw in the first game where even though they grab a really nice fight for themselves, they're just getting picked off one by one here.
Yep. And now Purdue is going to be applying pressure to this mid tower, obviously with all 5 up. Soon needs to be careful not to get caught out here. Maybe trying to go for a... Does get the curse, doesn't get the Abaddon though. He's going to get jumped and going to pay for it with his life. And Purdue still gets the mid tower. I mean, there's no follow-up, obviously, onto the curse.
Oh, with the Static Storm, it catches out the Quap. Gatsby's able to catch them out and kill them. They're going to chase Dion with the Searing Chains. And with the Maelstrom now, he's going to easily be able to deal enough damage to finish off Dion, but he's going to waste his time. Although it doesn't matter because Gatsby up in the mid is able to find a kill on the Fuzzy Road. And pulling the same trick onto Purdue that just moments ago they were able to use on UNC Esports, just separating them out and grabbing a few kills.
Yeah, kind of just baiting them in with the Winter Wyvern. Winter Wyvern there. Just playing a little too far forward. Thought that he could grab everyone in the Winter's Curse, but the level 1 Winter's Curse maybe not that strong. Ends up dying for it, but then everyone playing too far forward gets caught out by UNC, who's respawning. And now we see UNC kind of back on the same foot. Both mids go down, mid T1s go down for each team. And we're back to a kind of farming game at this point.
And I mean, we were just watching Riki like farm so slowly, like you were saying. I mean, it's kind of sad.
He does have Diffusal now, so it's kind of a big timing, not necessarily as big as last patch. But definitely has that first item and is going to use it now to kill Pseudonym, who is playing a little too far forward. Maybe trying to get a little vision.
Really impressive, though. He was able to grab that kill, I think.
Abaddon has the new item.
Oh, wow.
Which is Vlad's and...
I'll look it up.
Okay. Oh, wait, yeah, hover over it. Oh, it summons the totem, right? That reduces damage. So
900 radius deals 25 damage per
I've
second.
never actually seen this. But
18% bonus damage? Wow. I mean, that's kind of big. It's really interesting.
Yeah. And it moves around a little bit faster, I think, than Healing Ward from Juggernaut. So unless they changed it a little bit. Looks like Snow and Scott maybe trying to go in here.
Searing Chains, the Chakram.
Obviously gets off the Snowball. Going to take a little time.
Dragging him in more with the
all
Snowball.
All 5 of UNC here. It's going to be a quick death for Dion.
Are you okay? Yeah, nobody even bothered to try to rotate over from Purdue. I think UNC is looking really strong now. I'm not sure what Gatsby has. Oh, he did go Battle Fury, which is really big for him, and now he's going for Sanjin Yasha.
He went Yasha. He isn't actually going Sanjin Yasha. He's going BKB. Yeah, which I think is really good, especially because of all this the stun
silence,
plus the silence. Yes, silence on both the off lane and the safe lane, as well as Quap gets a silence on her jump, right, at a later level.
At a later level, I mean, I think she declined to get Orchid because, again, it's not as good of an intelligence item, and there's so much silence on her team anyways.
Yeah. But, yeah, that BKB is going to be important, mostly in staying alive during team fights. Just being able to get that ult off is going to be huge.
Right.
And so, yeah, obviously, maybe goes for the Sanjin Yasha later, or even maybe a Manta to dispel some of the damage, or maybe dodge a stun or two. But, yeah, good early decision, Blink. I mean, not Blink. Fuck.
Battlefield?
BKB.
BKB, yes. Yeah, I really like that a lot. And level 17, I mean, I think he's far and away ahead of Riki at least.
Gatsby showing
Ahead of
bottom. Obviously, UNC is all smoked up here. Goes on to rather large bird, but Purdue did make some rotations.
Oh, the backtrack back into the static storm, but Avo has the BKB to blink so far away. Starts the teleport, but the Chakram clears the trees, but they don't have a stun to stop it, leaving the rest of Purdue on their own to fight against Gatsby. He's so strong right now. Look at that, the damage coming out from the globs, and it's Fuzzy Roadkill. Oh, so close. Gatsby pulls out the ult, the stun. He's not going to die just yet. Wow, Gatsby surviving on just a sliver of health. After all of that from Fuzzy Roadkill, finally a miscoil, saving the day. As Scott left on his own to fight the rest. I think Pseudo-Nymph somewhere in the trees. No, he died earlier. Okay.
No, Pseudo-Nymph
teleported out.
Teleported out, yeah.
Yep.
Just unfortunate that they were playing without Snow there. Snow tried to walk over, but just didn't make it in time.
Yep.
And resorts just to clearing this top lane as Purdue wins the fight and starts pushing this bottom T1.
Yep.
Or T2, actually.
Huge utility from the Snapfire in that one. Just able to force out the ult from Troll Warlord early.
Mm-hmm.
And they're able to get him eventually. And
yeah, I think it was maybe a misplay to try and start fighting without that BKB timing, as they are going to go again. Snow with the double damage.
They're all separated out, but I mean, they're definitely on the back foot, Purdue. I mean, yeah, they're backing. Well, actually, they're just regrouping. I mean, they could decide that this is their moment, trying to get the vision up. Maybe Dion can catch someone out with a snowball.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because obviously I think UNC wants to wait for this BKB timing on Troll. It's really important. He was barely able to get that ult off there in that fight, and so being more sure and getting that ult off with the BKB is definitely, I think, a lot more important. And they need that timing to go in. Obviously, they're going to give up this top, bot T2 tower, but Gatsby is going to be farming on that Troll.
Yep. And that was a nice play in just positioning and map control, watching them, you know, putting up vision, and they didn't get overwhelming vision, but it was enough that UNC decided they didn't want to fight into it, and they get that bottom tier 2. Just nice play by Purdue as cut out an illusion. Good job, guys. That's what I'm assuming happened there.
I think so, yeah. They saw Ember Spirit illusion, went on it, and killed it.
They're going for a second tier 2 as UNC gets ready to get a fight here. The Winter's Curse onto Riki, try to deal as much health as they can. The Static Storm gets pulled out, but wait! The Snowball saves them all! And they're in behind the tier 2, starting a crazy fight. Gatsby with the BKB trying to dig up the Tusk, and he goes for Avo, catches him out with the net, turning around, going for, Jesus, I almost fell. Sorry. I just almost fell over. Sorry, Gatsby, huge on with the BKB timing, able to catch Avo, and it didn't matter who else got killed on his team because he was able to turn around, catch the 2 supports, and now now they're hunting down Lack Attack, just waiting till he's in the vision. No, they're going for Roche. I don't think they even know he's there.
Yeah, Brazel did try and glimpse him out, but he was able to trick the trade away, and now they're going to go for Roche, but Lack Attack was able to spot them doing this, so maybe they're going to try and contest. Brazel getting caught out here. Just 4 staffs in the wrong direction, almost.
And Lack Attack, I mean, he has the health to put on a really nice offensive here. Searing Chain stops him. It's defensive Searing Chains, though. They use it to back away. And now they're back to their tier 2 defense and giving away the Roche. I mean,
they might have to just because they're missing. Oh, Disruptor does fight back here. They're going to try and recontest.
Quick teleport in.
Searing Chain's doing a decent amount of damage.
And Look at that with the Winter's Curse. Gives them the opportunity. But Ricky manages to grab the Aegis as he goes in down to Brazel. Well, with all of the area effect damage that's on UNC, they are crushing Purdue. Gatsby just leading this charge into the Purdue team. Even though Ricky was in that backline, he's not able to deal enough damage to stop him. Look at that. He's chasing them along, but the 4 UNC heroes together, it's just too much for him to try to handle. Oh, wait, but he goes in. Alone, silences and takes out the pseudo-nymph with the Aegis now. It provides an opportunity. The Remnants bursting down Avo to so little health. He has to TP out. Lack attack, looking for an opportunity. Stopped with the Chakram and the Searing Chains together. And Gatsby finishes off larger, turning around back up the Lack attack.
No! Oh, it looks so good for them. They had the UNC didn't have any vision of lag attack there. He just gets caught out there. That little ward right there catches him out, and UNC's cores are able to turn it around. They're just so tanky that no matter of poke from Purdue is able to scare them away. They end up getting the trade, and now they're the ones with the aggression. Purdue, with less than 1K golden lead, doesn't feel like it. UNC is winning these fights handily. Even with the Aegis from Purdue, still dies twice, and what an important fight for UNC. That troll is on such a low cooldown that he's able to pop it the fight before and during this fight. And it just does insane damage. We saw it lock down 2 heroes in that fight, both the Tusk and the Abaddon, and just does insane amounts of damage.
Yep. I think, Quap has gone like a full magic build. I think maybe trying to do right-click Quap would have fared better. And it's possible.
I know she does have BKB, so.
But yeah, just not able to stop Gatsby or Ember there. Obviously, as they dealt just like far and wide the majority of the damage in that fight.
I agree. Yep.
Yeah.
With Scott. Scott on that Timbersaw, able to pretty much just be not only super tanky, but also.
And what did the Timbersaw buy?
Can we see the Timbersaw's items? The one on the far left, I believe.
Because I feel like he got some kind of
the next one to the right. Yeah.
He got the Yules. Okay.
Along with the hood, right? So that it provides some magic damage or magic resistance for both the Quap and the Snapfire cookies, which still allows him to be super tanky and stay in these fights a little longer. And yeah, just very good job from UNC in those team fights. Obviously opening up with a really good combo from the support ultimate, Winter's Curse, which gathers all of the cores around one spot, plus the lockdown from the Disruptor ultimate. Really good combo and really good use of those heroes.
Yeah, they're just consistently able to put Purdue onto just like the back foot.
Yeah, exactly.
And we always see Avo just blinking out of the fights and losing so much health, and the supports aren't able to deal nearly as much damage as they would like. They're not having as much impact as the Winter's Curse or the Static Storm.
Yeah, I don't even think Cookies at this point is getting very much value.
Ooh, Searing Chain, Static Storm. Avo uses the BKB, blinks out, and no, they're not going to go in on this Ember. Although, I will note, they don't necessarily see all of his teammates behind him. He has a Gleipnir now as well, but misses the Searing Chain. Scott, though, is going to go in. Chakram slow onto Furry Roadkill, and he gets out into the higher vision. Although, wait, they glimpsed him back, and the Scream of Pain absolutely destroys Snow. I'm sorry. He's silenced. He's not going to be able to get out, but the Winter's Curse saves him for a short time. His Luck Attack takes out Pseudo-Nymph. Snow, though, putting out as much damage as he can before he dies, and Scott is almost alone. The buyback, though, I think Gatsby's into the middle of the fight, uses the BKB, trying to take out Dion, as Ember gets back in there, finishing off with the double kill. Lukatak got a triple onto the back line. And now they're just chasing down Larger Bird. I think Avo and Riki decided to back out. But wait, the sleep dart. Ooh, Queen of Pain trying to stop Snow and save Larger Bird. They have the E-Blade. Able to get him to stop going after him. Okay, the burst, but Glepnir catches him out into the leap. Oh my gosh, this is the chase of a lifetime for Snow.
If Snow dies here, that's an important dieback, and it does look like he's going to die to that Riki. Gatsby is able to get the kill on Avo, though, which is a mid for mid trade, but obviously Snow with that dieback. Very important kill.
Ooh,
and
nice tricks of the trade dodge.
Riki's doing a lot of work now. I mean, both pause ones are at this point. It's just which one does more. And look at the net worth. Obviously, it's been very back and forth. Only a 1K gold lead for Purdue, but it is Gatsby with a sizable lead in the terms of net worth over Lactotac, who is the second place in terms of gold.
I think it's really interesting the Glepnir buy by Ember. I don't think it's a lot of extra damage.
Be careful here.
Oh yeah, true. Oh man, they could get turned on realistically. Oh, but Lactotac is so strong, and if they don't have vision to reveal him, Pseudonym and Brazil could die very fast, and Gatsby could be left alone. Use that static field to space them out, but it looks like they're going to back away anyways. Whew. I don't know. These fights are chaotic because there's so much jump between all the cores. Like, I'm like, you know, our cores are over there killing them, and Gatsby's over there killing them. That's ridiculous. Now it's just back to the farm. I mean, Satanic on Troll Warlord is huge, along with the Sanj and Yasha. He's really hard to stop. Effects don't last as long on him, as well as the extra Dispel. Man, and looks like UNC grouping up to take the bottom tier 2. No one's even really tried on high ground yet. It's just been so equal in these middle fights. I mean, no one has a clear position in this game. It's really close.
And I mean, that is reflected in the net worth, obviously, only a 1K golden lead. In the previous 2 games, we've seen 6K golden lead into 15K golden lead and into the end of the game. And so I think this goes to show, 368 last hits on Troll Warlord.
Wow. Farming magnificently.
Exactly. Has those patterns down pat, and I mean, UNC still has a T1 up in the top lane, so
rather
no megas for them anytime soon.
It's this game could be going on for a while longer, folks.
It's gonna be interesting though. I feel like the next Aegis may play a big part. Obviously, Roshan not back up yet. Gonna be a little bit longer till that happens. But
ooh, it looks like they're getting Lack attacked with that sleep dart. Gives them the extra opportunity, but the Winter's Curse is allowing UNC to get a nice setup here. BKB on the Riki to allow him to get out of that shock room. Oh, but Dion absolutely destroyed there. I think it was mostly the Timbersaw with the burst on the strength steal, and they're able to turn that gank around back onto Purdue, who's down a player. With Roshan not up, they want to try to find some other value they can get out of that pick.
Looks like they're pinging the outpost. They want to stay near this Roshan for when it respawn. It should be a minute now. They want to stay up here, and so maybe go for the top T2 while also waiting for this Roshan to spawn. Obviously, Brazel waiting in that Roshan pit to give the team the information on when it respawns.
As they go to take out another tier 2.
Yeah, obviously you can multitask, and we can see that timer, right?
It's so close.
It's really close. It should be any second now.
Oh, Illusion Rune, really convenient.
Yeah,
I mean, throw that there. And, okay, Ember forced to come back and defend, so it looks like they're gonna...
But does have the bots, right?
Yeah,
so
TP boots.
TPing back in. And looks like Roche is back up. I believe. Yep. And so Gatsby is going to be taking this, and even maybe a shard. I don't know who would necessarily go on because I don't know who has the shard, shard yet. But is going to be a nice Aegis for this troll, and so can go in without popping his ult, without popping his BKB if so desired. Use that Aegis, maybe get a kill or two, and then...
Ooh, trying to steal it because Dion recognizes that he needs to, but strongly punished. Look at that! They had vision! They had the Observer Wards! The Glepnir, he decides to go for Fury Fuzzy Roadkill. And with the Yules, looks like they're going to be able to finish him off, although the Cookie...
Oh, he's going for it.
Man, he really is. He's going to be able to back out, though. Well done right before that smoke hits. Wow, that was really close. I swear, why did he miss? Did you spot that the Sleight of Fist missed? Does it count as a ranged attack when you're doing it up?
I guess so, like an uphill miss, because I saw like the text that said miss. So, and you obviously heard the hit proc, right? So I guess it is like a ranged attack on an uphill.
Super weird.
Yeah, I never realized that. So.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Really unfortunate, because if he had gotten that, that probably would have been the kill onto the Snapfire and the ability to go high ground.
Saved by the 25% miss chance, I guess.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, hero level. I mean, this is interesting. Ember about to get that level 25. It could give him extra Sleights of Fist or more remnants. And then, I mean, obviously... Oh, he gets it. So, I mean, Riki... But Ember Spirit and Troll Warlord, really powerful with their level 25 talents. And the DD rune, this is their moment to siege the high grounds with the Aegis. Oh, Sleep Dart.
Very annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fighting without their Pause 4. It's going to be interesting to see. Snapfire is TPing back now.
We'll watch him walk around. Okay, Gatsby... He's got to run out of that smoke because of the evasion chance. But, okay, the Winter's Curse, allowing them to get the Chakram down. They're going to try to steal as much strength as they can with the Static Storm as well. Gatsby wants to just kill their entire team with his Battle Fury, taking out Dion at least. But look at that. Scott goes down, and Gatsby's trying to still get in. I think he's getting kited really effectively, though. E-Blade on Avo, saving him for a short amount of time. Lack Attack choosing to take out the backline on Pseudo, but it's taking him so long. Dion bot back. Wow, Gatsby, his Aegis gets popped. I think he chose not to use the ult. Although,
no, he did use the ult.
Oh, he did use the ult.
Yeah, but he got kited, and so now he's ultless and Aegisless, and he goes down. That's the only really bad thing about Troll is he gets kited really hard when in that ult. And so he got stunned into disarmed, into silenced, and he has no control over that in his ult, right? So he gets kited really hard and ends up. Is that a full team wipe for UNC?
That was a full team wipe. Yep,
including Aegis. So
you know, I didn't see how Snow died either.
He ended up getting caught in the smoke screen from Ricky, and so can use any of his abilities.
Ricky's just powerful enough now that he can take out Ember.
And I don't know if that Ember went BKB. Obviously went Yules, and
he needs a BKB though.
Yeah.
And now it's the game's turn. I mean, again, it's still just super equal, but I mean, either of these teams have a lot of tower taking ability. All right, that Winter's Curse again. They're looking for another initiation into the Static Storm. The BKB might not be up, but no, it is for Riki with the Diffusal. Oh my gosh, 2 Force Staffs, able to save Pseudonymph. He heals himself with the Cold Embrace, and they're back to hitting that Tier 3 tower. With neither of the big cores up for UNC, it's just up to these supports and Scott to try to save their 2 barracks. Oh goodness, even the Chakram not dealing any damage to Abaddon there. Oh, Snow back up with the ult popped. I don't think they have enough lockdown to take down Abaddon, a rather large bird, as he's slowly trying to walk away. Okay, the Glepnir, and they've got to start taking down this 3,000 health strength hero. they get it done, and Purdue decides not to try to save him. I think the Riki BKB being down is enough to steer them away from taking that fight.
Yeah, and really good setup by UNC. It's just unfortunate that this Disruptor doesn't have Ag, so obviously that Static Storm isn't blocking items, and the cores from Purdue are able to just BKB their way out of the Static Storm, even though it's like perfect setup. And Gatsby is actually going to get spotted here. They do have an Observer Ward right there. It's going to be interesting. Are they going to commit here? It doesn't look like it. The Troll is going to get out and continue farming. Risky situation there. Him going in and stealing that camp.
Yeah. But, you know, gets it done.
And gets
it
out.
done. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting game right now. I mean, the cores on Purdue have so much movement, and obviously Quap is able to farm really fast and just overtakes Riki in net worth right now. I mean, the only person who's far up and away is Gatsby, but obviously he can get taken down.
Yeah. We have seen that a couple times, and especially gets kited by those by Purdue. And, I mean, even this Fuzzy Roadkill support has a... Last time I checked, could we check out this Snapfire, what items she has? Yeah, so she does have the...
oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
It's Halberd.
Halberd, yeah.
Yeah.
So is able to disarm Troll Warlord. Really good.
Avo getting caught out? I think it's a...
He's going to have to use BKB,
Teleport.
TP out, back to base. But that is a big resource used just for, what, a Remnant and a Sleight of Fist?
I think Ember now has Shivas for the extra armor, so he doesn't get killed as easily. I'd love to see a
BKB.
Octarine core and a BKB. I really like Octarine core on this magic like build that Snow likes to go on Ember, because you know the cooldowns are faster, and you just get to Sleight of Fist like crazy, Searing Chains like crazy. It really helps.
The only thing is that you don't get to use either of those if you're silenced.
That's true. That's very true. Needs that BKB.
Yep.
All right. Someone wants to find a fight. Maybe UNC is just going to play around that Roshan again. So we see them moving up to the left side of the map. We're about to hit 45 minutes. I don't remember Tier 4 neutral time. Maybe?
Oh, I don't remember either.
Yeah. It's got to be some time.
Whenever I get them.
Right, yeah. I mean, it at least provides something. Oh, we get the Scotty onto Gatsby, and it's just some extra slow. And, you know, less health regen for those cores on Purdue. I don't know if it's absolutely, like, game-winning, though, the Scotty on Gatsby. But, I mean, it's nice tankiness, nice stats, but it's not, like, huge.
Exactly.
Can we see the buybacks that's in the net worth thing? If you just...
Buyback status?
Yeah, buyback status.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, cooldowns have been out for so long now that, I mean... It might be killer that Gatsby would be dead for like 60, 80 seconds, but I don't know if it's enough for them to win the game right now.
Exactly, yeah. Big wave pushing bottom. Wyvern is going to have to TP back for that. As both teams just look like they're farming up their 6th, 7th item.
Right.
And probably just waiting for that Roshan, because whichever team gets the Age is going to try and go take that next Rex in high ground.
Oh, my lord. 3rd game of the series. They're fighting tooth and nail.
I mean, both teams want to win this series,
Yep.
right? And this is the game that decides it, so they're putting on their best performance, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to win this game.
Absolutely. Up, up, up. I'm getting real tired, guys. Everybody's farming. Oh, wait, no, look, I think Roshan's up. I think that's what they're doing now. All right, scan from the Dire team. They know they're in the Roshan pit. I hope Dion isn't about to sacrifice his life again, like last time, because that was such a terrible play. With the DD, it's going to go by real fast. He grabs vision onto Gatsby there. They back out. Oh, okay. Fuzzy Roadkill using the ultimate, spacing them out. Now Purdue has the Roshan pit as UNC backs up onto the high ground.
But obviously without that cookies now, they don't really have as much team mode as UNC.
No.
UNC with that Winter's Curse and...
oh, Dion almost caught out. Wow. It looks like Gatsby's making his way back into the Roche pit.
I mean, yeah, he has no reason not to without those cookies anymore.
Yep.
And this Roshan is going to have Aegis, Cheese, and a Refresher Shard. Refresher Shard, maybe.
Extremely important Aegis, right?
Exactly.
And, I mean, they need to be ready to fight over this. And they are. Just everybody circling that pit. Look at that. Getting vision in there again. And the Searing Chains, just trying to stop him. The Glepnir, is this the moment they decide to go in? With the Winter's Curse, it looks like it's going to be enough to kill Dion. And then the Static Storm, they're going to have to use BKBs immediately. Scott jumping in. Oh, goodness. And then it looks like they're taking that time to take out Scott as Riki takes on the rest of the team. Although they have enough to kill him, and Riki is gone out of the fight. This is the moment for UNC to turn this. With Ember jumping onto Avo, he wants to take up his time while Gatsby can take out the rest. Wow, he jumps again. Brazil going down. With Gatsby such low health, they need to stop him before he can use his ult. But it looks like he's able to get it off. Ember Spirit out of mana. Not able to do anything, but Scott finished off Fuzzy Roadkill. Purdue is running away because Scott is so powerful along with Gatsby. And look at that, a double kill for Scott. Oh, Ember has just enough mana to keep it going. Ava with the Lincolns doesn't get hit by the Glepnir. Also, across the map, the jump, the Scream of Pain, the E-Blade, and Snow's gone. Rather Large Bird in to help. I don't know if they're going to be able to stop Gatsby, though. Fuzzy Roadkill with the Invis. They can't see him. Back up to full health with that Mist Coil. And Gatsby's just getting kited across the map. I mean, they traveled so far away from this Roshan, but it's enough.
Oh,
wow.
He gets the stun with the Abyssal and is able to lock down the co-op long enough to get the kill. And now it's just the supports from Purdue trying to defend here against these cores from UNC. He is rather...
into it, and the net, I mean...
They're trying to body block him, trying to get enough lockdown.
Again. That is such a long ultimate with the Aghanims, I believe. But now that it's gone, it's free going for Gatsby, as his attack speed is rather high, but the disarm from the Heaven's Halberd, they want to siege that high ground, find a kill out of this, because they need to stagger Purdue. Although, again, just getting kited.
Yeah, he used that BKB, doesn't get anything out of it.
Oh, no.
He's now trying to run away. Obviously, gets the Lotus Orb from the Winter Wyvern, is able to get away, but doesn't get anything out of it. I mean, he goes up with his BKB. I mean, he was hitting that Abaddon for so long, and that Abaddon was just able to tank all of it.
I mean, the nice thing is that Abaddon isn't really a damage dealer.
Yeah.
He's just healing and tanking right now, but, you know, he's also another Heaven's Halberd. And what is that, a 4-second disarm?
I think so,
So
yeah.
that means they've got 9 to 10 total seconds of disarm, and he can't purge that with the BKB?
Oh, it's only 3 seconds on melee. Unless Troll switches to range. Which I think he was in that situation.
Yes.
Actually, I'm not sure.
But it's a lot of disarm between Fuzzy Roadkill and Abaddon. This is ridiculous. I mean, these fights go on forever. Everyone's jumping everywhere. And, I mean, who even got Aegis out of that? I don't even remember. Oh, okay, I can see it. It's still up there. Troll Warlord has the Aegis.
Yeah, so obviously wasn't going to necessarily die there maybe by going in, but didn't want to get caught out. This Snapfire has to be careful now. Doesn't want to get caught out by this Ember Spirit.
They're closing in, though.
The rest of the team is, yeah,
I don't think they know he's there. All right, gearing up for another fight. Again, as we keep saying, no one's got an absolute advantage, although Aegis is big for Gatsby. But as long as Riki, I mean, what really lost that fight for Purdue is that Ricky died like right at the beginning.
Yeah. Gets caught out
Yep.
and dies there very early. I mean, but look, Troll Warlord is getting an Aghanim's blessing. He's that rich at this point. Though he doesn't have money for buyback, which may be a little scary, but maybe he just wants to end it here.
And this is where they get onto the high ground. And look at that, the Scream of Pain, the Disarm, although he has that Aegis, so all that damage is just a little meaningless. As he's single-handedly taking a whole lot of damage from all 5 of the players. Force staff him out, don't want to burn that Aegis too soon. And they're going to wait for another wave before they go at it again. Although, look at that. Purdue going a little bit too far forward. Dion with the Yules somewhere. He gets saved, but the Glimpse pulls him back. And the Chakra into the Snowball. He's so far back with the Blink. He's saved for the moment, but the Curse is used on him. A nice E-Blade from Quap, saving him from taking any damage, but UNC finds this as their moment to get in there. Dion gonna die. Gatsby at low health, but Riki trying to go into Brazel. The Aeon Disc saves him in the back, and the Globs dealing so much damage to Scott, trying to save himself. The Cookie and the Leap, he's down. It's, I think they've burned the Aegis, so the Aegis ran out of time. Oh, and he's dead. Yep, Aegis ran out of time. I didn't realize where he was, behind the tier 3. And now Gatsby's gone. Purdue going in. The Aeon Disc gonna save him for a moment, but it's gone, and Pseudonymph is dead, leaving Ember Spirit and Brazel alone to try to defend this. And just like you said, no buyback on Troll Warlord.
Yeah, just very unfortunate total events. Decides to buy those components of... Can't even buy the whole thing. Buys the components of the Aghanim's Blessing. Now doesn't have enough money for buyback. Runs out of Aegis at the wrong time. Has to move the cheese into his inventory. Doesn't. And he used his ultimate, so... This may be Purdue's opportunity to win right here.
Yeah, it's a choice. Do they end? Do they go for Megas? It looks like with that Shrapnel, they burn the armor on that tier 4 tower, and they're dealing a whole lot of damage to it. It's 40 seconds till Troll Warlord's back. They have to do something decisive now, I think. I mean, not necessarily. If they don't want to lose these tier 4s, though. Cookie moving Larger Bird in, trying to heal off this tower damage. 1 tier 4 down. Wow. Oh, I think they just burned Winter's Curse onto Avo. I think they don't have Winter's Curse, but they use the Static Storm. I don't think they have the BKBs. If Ember can kill both cores here, Luck Attack down. Avo has to run away. Not finished off, but wow, look at that. Rather large bird. They know his ult's gone. And, oh. And look at this, though. The Glob single-handedly turning it around. Almost both supports dead. And Ember falling back into the pit, but Gatsby's back. He has to save this game with that BKB. He can't let them kite him this time. Oh my gosh. There's a Wind Waker in this game?
Yeah, both. Oh, not enough vision to see this.
Nope.
But are they going to be able to get rather large burn here?
I don't.
They get
he
the
has
root.
his
He
ult.
has his ult again. He's going to be able to survive here. They get the Yules off onto him.
Another Scream, and then the Cookies into the stun, but Scott's there. They're trying to deal the area damage. Ember's so close to dying. He's gone, but Scott's full health with Gatsby there to save him. They take out Fuzzy Roadkill, and now chasing a rather large bird once again. Holy smokes. Gatsby with almost just one hit to the creeps, and the Satanic heals his entire health bar?
He used cheese.
Oh, he used cheese.
Yeah,
oh my god.
yeah.
I was just like, what? But yeah, this, great save by Gatsby here for his team. I mean, these fights are so difficult for them to chase down people practically across the map every time if they want to get a kill. But they managed to hold on to this game for just a bit longer. I mean, we're hitting 56 minutes, 4 minutes until Tier 5 neutrals. I mean, this is a hell of a third game.
Yeah, it really is. Both teams are putting everything on the line. Even the supports have a couple items completed at this point. I'm pretty sure the reason that Snow was able to do so much damage to the cores that last fight was just because Brazel on that Disruptor has the Aghanim Scepter, which allows or doesn't allow anyone in the storm to use items, and so they weren't the cores weren't able to BKB. And end up getting caught. They are going to find the Aegis already again.
Yep.
So Roche with a quick spawn this time is going to go down even quicker.
Wow.
And Gatsby is going to pick up another Aegis. Oh, is he going to pick it up?
Someone's got to pick it up, guys. You got to pick it up.
He has the spot. Okay, he's
Okay.
going to pick it up as
Thank
well as
goodness.
the cheese. And hopefully this time it doesn't go down.
He gives away the cheese to someone else, but
He does have his own BKB Aegis.
MKB2, so that allows him to keep fighting in the smoke screen. I mean,
I don't know. I might even switch out the boots at this point.
I know,
Put
right?
in, Abyssal Blade.
Abyssal Blade would be huge for catching out.
I think so. Just for the lockdown, because obviously the whole point is the other enemy team is just running away from him. If he could just stop them in their tracks with an Abyssal Blade.
I'm so serious. I mean, these last few fights, like, we watched Gatsby chase them from the Roshan pit all the way to, like, where that rightmost ward is. You know, like, it's ridiculous how far these fights are going. That tier 3 tower is not looking too hot.
I would like to note that, I mean, they're still only at a 5K net worth lead. It's 58 minutes. We saw, like, at 20 minutes last couple of games, a 15K net worth difference. And now both teams have been farming.
Gatsby's level 30.
Yeah. I mean, but so actually, none of the Purdue heroes are level 30 yet. So Gatsby maybe with a slight advantage with that level 30.
Man, I don't know. I mean, they've got to find a way to finish off Avo. And it's amazing the effort that Purdue has put into, like, making items that are, like, save items. It's called the Wind Waker, right?
Yes, it's Wind Waker that allows you to move while being Yules.
Yeah. I love that being tornadoed up in the air. It's just being Yules.
But you can also use it to save teammates, right? Because you can use it on other people.
It's been pretty amazing just for their kiting ability. And the extra movement speed, too, that it provides. And the constant Heaven's Halberds onto Gatsby, I mean...
Yeah, they have 2 halberds, at least. I'm not sure if Tusk... Oh, we can see Tusk's inventory. No. But he does not have one. But yeah...
Tusk is just, I mean... He's
getting jumped at this point.
Yeah, he's like...
And maybe just... I think at this point he's just kind of delaying. Because, right, he'll snowball and then just delay for a little bit of time. Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have a lot of damage, but he's got health, he's got armor. It's not the worst thing for support to be doing so late into the game.
I haven't actually seen the new item, the Wraith Pack, right?
I haven't noticed the totem either.
Yeah, I haven't noticed it at all.
I'm sure it's being used.
Scream of Pain just to steal some creeps from his rookie.
It's a 40-second cooldown.
Yeah, you also have tier 6 neutral items, so we gotta watch.
Tier 5.
Tier 5. We have a Giant's Ring for Troll.
Okay.
Really
huge.
good item. Yeah, really good item for him.
The Tome.
Book of the Dead. Seer Stone's good, right, for cast ranges.
Yeah.
I think they'd put that maybe on the Quap even.
Oh, yeah, that could be really interesting.
See an Ex Machina Pirate Hat. Pirate Hat might, and a Seer Stone for UNC as well. Some really good neutral items this time around.
Yeah.
Pirate Hat might go on Troll, but then who gets Giant?
I mean, but
then you get Scott with the Giant's Ring. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Scott with the Giant's Ring, and now...
it's ridiculous.
Sure, why not? Instant wave clear. Wow. Book of the Dead now on Brazel. Really back to the microing game.
That he's proved he's so good at.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably just going to use it to push side lanes. Arcanist armor. That's a bad one. But you
Yeah.
might want to just stick it on your supports. I don't know what they have, but it might be better than what they already have.
Right.
You know. Oh, a Giant's
Giant's
Ring
Ring.
also. So you stick that on Abaddon. He's so tanky and lives
never be
forever
killed.
that.
Oop.
Quap does use BKB. Gets rooted.
Oh my God, Snapfire's gigantic. Did you see her?
But look at Timbersaw.
I love the Giant's Ring so much. Do you see the grandma in the forest? It's massive.
Does choose to use the Giant's Ring on the Snapfire, which is interesting
Nobody
because
else
right,
wanted it.
Abaddon is the one who goes in, so I don't see why he wouldn't have it. But and the Snapfire doesn't really want to go in, so I don't know. Interesting choice there, but they make it nonetheless.
Yeah,
and you now have a big grandma.
Provides some great entertainment. And now we're just looking for that one game-ending fight. I mean, everyone has buybacks though, except for Ember and Wyvern. I mean,
but Wyvern almost has it.
Yeah.
Just needs to gain a little bit more farm.
Man, that's an intense match. Only a 6K gold lead, 60 minutes into the game. I mean, it's just about how they're going to be able to play around Gatsby in the fight. Keep kiting him, dealing damage when they can, and then if they can, you know, find that moment where they can get the E-Blade, Scream of Pain, and everything else. Although, they're starting a fight here. Look at that. Fuzzy Roadkill going to be the first to die. And along the other way, Pseudonymph dies as well to Lek Attacked. Kind of a weird BKB, but it allows him to walk out of the Static Storm. Avo in a poor position here if Ember can burst him down. With the globs coming out, they kill Scott. And look at that, UNC running away. I don't know where Ember is, but Gatsby, he's going to go in. Fuzzy Roadkill dies back. And now with that BKB usage, a refresh on that Static Storm. I think it was a refresh shard. Avo's again caught in there. Although I don't think Ember has enough damage. Snowball safe from the Tusk. And, oh my gosh, Lack Attack there. Wow, I can't believe Ember isn't gone. Gatsby gets a kill into Lack Attack. Turns it around like crazy. And Avo's gone with Ember. Oh my gosh.
This may be it. The dieback on the Quap.
And no matter how tanky Abaddon is, he's gone. Tusk alone, but Lack Attack, he buys back. Big smoke screen, although he can't risk going in because Gatsby has an MKB. Oh my gosh. And wow, oh, they have vision. Riki's done for with the Glepnir. And
maybe it. No more buybacks on the side of Purdue. The only ones left are the Tusk and the Abaddon. And it's looking like UNC is going for the end. They don't have Aegis anymore, but Purdue does have the fortification.
Yep, they've got to back up.
Gatsby getting
Gatsby's
very
so
low.
The Tusk uppercut. Abaddon trying to deal damage to the Scott, but with the Giant's Ring, he's so tanky. Tusk gonna die again, but these Yules saving them for just a moment. The ult from Gatsby, he wants to finish this one off right here. And, oh my gosh. Snow able to finish off Tusk, the Glimpse, and the Static Field. Abaddon is gone. And that's it. No one from Purdue is going to survive with the Flamethrower. Well, I tried from Dion. And I think that's it. The end of the series
is called. And at 65 minutes, the game ends. UNC victorious, taking the series 2-1. What a long, drawn-out fight from both teams. Neither wanted to go down without trying. And wow. Wow. Stomp first game from Purdue. Stomp second game from UNC. Amazing, long, drawn-out game from both teams. Game 3, UNC comes out victorious. Amazing game from all of them. I think they all played amazing in that last game. Everyone played a part. A lot of great synergy from UNC with Winter's Curse into the Static Storm with the Chakra on top. A lot of great synergy.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Unfortunate the Troll got kited a little bit and maybe could have ended a little bit earlier if he hadn't gotten kited so much. But, I mean, that's just part of the hero, right? So both teams played an excellent game, excellent series, and I'm glad that UNC was able to clinch
Grabbing
out
it,
the
yeah.
victory
Oh my
in the
gosh.
end. Obviously, now UNC with the 3-2 record, winning record, right? I
Yep.
believe in them.
We're doing great.
And unfortunately, Purdue does get now a 2-3 record. So,
Yeah,
but they still have more time, right? I think it's either a 6 or 7 week.
Yeah. And then we'll hit
league, right?
qualifiers.
Yep.
And
So still some more Dota to be played. Obviously, I think now the team coming off of 2 losses before this, now getting this very important and well-deserved win, definitely should be happy about it and feeling good.
yeah, and huge shout out to all the players from both teams. I mean, it's big. It's a lot of time to take out in the middle of the week, and we're hitting midterm season right about now. But really great team. Really great games from everybody, and I think we're gonna close it out there.
Yeah. So really great games. We do have a couple things that I want to talk about before we quickly end this stream. Right. So obviously next week we are probably going to have Dota around the same time. I don't know. I don't think it's confirmed for Wednesday at 8:30 quite yet. So stick around for announcements related to that. We'll announce when that's going to be. Hopefully around the same time, but. Colleges, college students always have weird schedules. So,
but then Saturday.
Yes, so I wanted to talk about that.
Yep,
Saturday we do have Game Fest coming up. So a bunch of different games, a bunch of different events. That's going to be, you can do it in person or online. I know Dota's having like a 1v1 tournament as well as a couple pub games. So bunch of different games.
And we'll be casting a bunch of stuff too. I don't think we'll cast Dota, but other things will be casted.
But make sure to check the stream. I think we are giving away a couple things in the Discord along with Game Fest, but those will give announcements on that through the stream as well. So last time I think we did a couple things through the stream, a couple giveaways through the stream. We won't be doing that this time, but we will be giving announcements about the giveaways in the Discord. So be making sure to check out both of those on Saturday. But yeah, we'll be streaming that, and make sure to come out and have some fun. It'll be open to all UNC students, so loads of fun there.
All right, now we're going home.
Yeah, with that, we are going to end the stream. Thank you for joining us tonight for some great Dota action, and we'll catch you next time.